Avast and ahoy, mateys! Welcome all of ye travellers who join us once again on Roll for Damage for another exciting adventure into the unrelenting joy that be the Humblewood. Arr. I be Josh the Parrot. Bruce, what are you doing? Nothing, Captain. I can hear ye. What are you doing? Are you doing my intro? No. Go back to sleep, sir. No. Bloody parrot. Sorry about that. Mateys. I be Josh the Pirate, and ye can find me on Game on Australia for the Eberron game that actually commences this Friday. And I'm also part of the podcast Debbie Dragons, and I have the enormous pleasure there to play the dread and cunning Dragonet owner Scan Felspar, and I have tonight the honor, the privilege, nay, the pleasure to introduce my loyal crew for this evening. To my screen right is...
Hello everyone, my name's Rachel Fukar. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar, where I spend entirely too much time. I also have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult. It's about a supernatural investigator who is just absolutely dreadful at her job. So listen to that, it's fun.
Excellent, and to her screenwriters.
Big Viking Mitch, how you doing, everybody? Big Viking Mitch on Twitter and technically on Twitch, not that I really stream at the moment. And I, tonight, will be playing Nevermore, and Nevermore will be kind and wise and... no, he won't.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And to his screenwriters.
Hi, I am Dan, also known as D-Rab in Twitch chat and on Discord. Not really a big social media guy, but I love you all. Today I'm playing as Helvig, the cute, spiky ball of not murder and wholesomeness and healing and supportive nature. That's it.
Cool. And finally, to his screenwriters.
Hello! I'm AJ Winters, so you can find me on Instagram where I tell you all about the creative things I'm doing. And tonight I am playing cute Littlefoot. Cute, adorable little mouse here to fight gloopy things.
That you are. Well, that certainly splices my main brace, mateys. At this point, it would be very fine to raise a tot of rum to our bosun Brepai, who does our amazing art, and the shipwrights at the Deck of Many, and the Hit Point Press, who crafted this here fine vessel. Avast, and don't ye be forgetting to like and subscribe. Ye can now gift a bonus to any crewman who needs it, and ye can also check out the last step on YouTube if you missed it. Now, I think it may behoove us to do a little recap, just a quick one to make sure we're charting the same course here. So, can I have a crewman recall the events of the previous voyage?
Oh, Jude will do it.
Jude, hush. It's Trish's turn. You did it last time.
All right,
Listen.
then.
Aww.
No kicking.
I would never. But I feel very passionate about the town we're in, so I'm going to do it this week.
Very well.
Last week, we arrived at Winnowing Reach, which is a small research town. It's got makeshift buildings and wooden paths going across a sort of boggy terrain, and it is the most beautiful town Trish has ever seen in her life. At this town, we try to find the town leader, Waldron Crane, to let him know about the Scorched Grove and the impending destruction that's coming to his town. But he's not in, so we have to wait. We go back to the inn, but Trish runs into an old friend, Kesh, who asks Trish to go on a bit of a heist. And Trish is so tempted. So tempted, but decides not to because she's trying to turn over a new leaf and not be a criminal. So
Good work, Trish. Yeah.
Yes.
Huzzah.
Development. So Trish declines. The next morning, they go to see Waldron Crane, and arrive at his house just in time to see a badly injured Kesh being carted away. Her heist went really badly, and she's about to be thrown in prison. We strike up a compromise with Waldron and agree to bring Kesh along with us on a bit of a rescue mission to save Kenna Brightspark, who has gotten lost in a cave, which is a slime-infested bog situation. So, we bring Kesh along into the bog. We kill some slimes. It's great. Jude sings a heartbreaking song that makes us all cry. And eventually, we find Kenna attached to a rock, like with hardened slime, she's stuck there. And then this big slime appears, and that's where we left off. We gotta fight this thing.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, look, there was a little bit
I
more
did a
with
bit.
slimes. There were several slime incidents, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's basically
I
all the
downplayed
salient
the slime
points.
murder.
Yeah, there was a bit of slime murder. You guys were pretty clever about the way you dealt with the situation. You did use some clever tactics.
Yes, we distracted some slimes with a vortex arrow, courtesy of Helvig's excellent magical brain. Thank you,
And-
Helvig.
Your arrow skills, Trish.
And then there was another incident with kiting them along, shooting them from beyond their range of sight. That was quite smart. And you figured out how to get past a whole dangerous tunnel that was risking caving in by the simple expedient of making very loud noises and knocking off all the support beams.
Mm.
Dude got slime in his eye.
Yeah, Jude did get slime in his eye. Yeah. Well, with that, mateys, may all your gaps be soft and the winds be ever at your back as we set sail on this, our third episode. So, the slime caverns of the... sorry. just into character. The slime caverns of the mock fields are a dark and treacherous place, but that is where our heroes have been drawn in pursuit of a lost researcher, Kenna Brightspark. Accompanied by a convicted felon, Kesh, the group has penetrated the caverns using clever tactics to overcome the slimes blocking their path, and at long last, they have located their goal. Kenna is bound to the wall of a cavern by a hardened residue from sticky slimes, lashed to a stalagmite in the middle of a large cave. Surrounded by pools of gently bubbling ooze and guarded by a huge elemental slime, even if she was strong enough to break her bonds, the girl would have little chance of escape unaided. The group now stands at the entrance to the cave, the walls softly glowing with bioluminescent muck, and the soft dripping of countless watercourses punctuated by the wails of their target and the glooping sounds of their opponents. Said opponents are arrayed before them, several smaller slimes in shades of blue and purple shaped like little soap bubbles but with softly waving tentacles surround another, much larger, which shifts in hue as it seems to assess the party. So, we've rolled initiative already, actually, so let's get right into it. Nevermore, you're at the top of the order with an initiative of 19.
All right.
What do you do?
I'd like to bring it to your attention, first of all, that my mage armor would still be active because it's an 8-hour...
Certainly would.
Cool, sweet, no worries. Oh, God, sir. Excuse me, Helvig. I'm going to move back here and just kind of like barge past Helvig, just kind of squeezing through the soft gap. And then I'm going to... I'm going to shoot this one here.
Very well. Shoot him.
With a firebolt. So we'll go firebolt. Around the corner.
Pick a fireball at him.
Oh, it's a 9.
A 9. Hit.
Can I? It hits. Okay, cool. For 2 damage.
Should have had you use that booster, but never mind.
It's 2 damage. It's 2 damage.
Yeah.
And that's
hit
me.
it for 2 damage.
Yep, and I'm going to stay right where I... Oh, there.
Nice and clustered. Thank you. Blah.
Cool.
Never mind. Good.
Cool.
Well done, Nevermore. All right. Next is Trish.
Alrighty, I'm gonna stay right where I am and shoot an arrow.
Shoot it. Very well. At what?
At the closest slimy thing.
So the sticky slime that Nevermore just shot?
That's the one.
The same. Very well. Yeah, that would hit.
Wunderbar. Do I have sneak?
I will give you the sneak for this one. It's now become fully aware of your presence. So,
Okay,
but yeah, I'll give you the sneak for this one. This is so 7 damage to it. Very nice, very nice. You've certainly spoiled its day. It is. Well, it's looking a little charred, little stuck with arrow, one singular arrow. But yeah, you've almost burst its bubble. Next is the shifting slime. Now,
Okay.
the shifting slime's mass seems to ripple with light and color, beginning at its base, the tones flashing and pulsing up to a protruding pseudopod, which disgorges a fireball at Helvig.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's the thing that I said.
All right.
It has pods.
It does have pods. A 17 to hit.
Yes, that does hit me.
Yeah. You take 6 damage.
Oh,
This is 6 fire damage.
ow.
Oh no.
As it's called magical regurgitation. It's
We're
very
all gonna die.
and that's all it does. Helvig, can I get you to make a wisdom save, please?
It glooped.
Oh no. Wisdom save 14.
You succeed.
Okay.
As the flames wash over you, you feel the presence of a consciousness within you, and you can tell with absolute certainty that the slime is examining you closely, despite any lack of visible features. You hear a faint laughter in the back of your mind. But you did pass the thing, so nothing bad happens. Next is Kesh.
All right.
And, for this, I've actually asked Rachel to control Kesh, because, map edges flock together. So what does Kesh do?
Kesh is gonna dart over here. Right here. And stab this one with its short sword.
Yeah, very well. Make a stab attack with the short sword. 7 piercing. 25. Yeah, so a 25 to hit just hits. The 7 piercing damage is pretty solid. That's yeah.
Just hits.
Goodness.
I'm being silly, of course.
I know, obviously. I hit it with
So
a 9.
Mitch obviously thought I was joking, but I'm not sure if Rachel was.
Don't play with me, Josh. This is
Oh.
serious.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want her to die.
25 is fine. Good job. Hi, chat. How are we going? Are we having a nice time so far? Are we having a good day? Yeah, fire and death. Exactly right, Sari. Right. Next is Jude.
Dude!
Fire and death, Jude.
Jude's a little shaken from last fight with slimy things. Going to throw a javelin.
Very well. At which? Which one, javelin thrower?
The one in front of me or the biggie one?
Oh, I don't know. This is why I asked.
Do I have disadvantage in close range?
Only if it's right next to you.
Okay, I go on to hit the one in front of me, the little one.
Very well. Do that. Make a javelin attack. Ooh. It's a 10. It does hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll some damage.
9.
Always fucking big damage.
Oh yeah,
numbers.
okay, max damage. Good, yeah. I was just like, wait, you can do 9? Yeah, it does.
Jude is really strong.
You are very.
You did it.
Yeah, you skewer this thing. It actually pops. It's sort of like a whoopee cushion. Because it's only made a small hole around the. Well, there is a small hole, but it's mostly full of javelins, so it makes a sort of a noise as it slowly deflates.
Wow, giggles in the cabin.
Possibly the first time you've heard Jude laugh. Great. Jude, you can move if you like, but otherwise, yeah, you're free to stay where you are.
Jude's going to move a little bit over here. So that Jude can hit the other one later.
Sure. All right. Next is, congratulations, Jude. You killed the next one in line, so it's Helvig's turn.
Woo!
Okay. Ow.
Oh.
I'm gonna use my 25% healing.
Probably wise.
That's 5? 25% of 9?
Yeah. Let's go
Or
with that.
for 2 rather.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
of your 9. Yeah.
And then, did it look like that it used Mr. Nevermore's fire and like shot it back, or did it just like?
No, because it was a different creature.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better. I will shoot for the wrong reasons. I will shoot.
It's
I'll
just like,
move
why?
over here.
That means it can keep doing it.
I will shoot this one over here next to Kesh with an
Very well.
Eldritch Blast.
So are you climbing the rocks?
Oh, is this not a place? That's fine. I will go here.
It's a sort of a narrow passageway. Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. Excuse me. Pardon me. I might be in the way with my quill, so I actually move further in. That's a spot, right?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, and then I
You
will
can climb the rocks
twice.
if you like.
No, that's okay. Oh, dang. Wait.
9 hits. Well, if it's you're hitting the small one.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, it hits with 10 force damage, and this one, 10 force damage pretty much just smears it across like
Whoa.
roadkill. You murdered a thing. Well done.
Good job murdering Helvig.
Yeah.
Woo for the murder. Okay.
Murder.
It's a slime. It's fine.
I can scream.
Slimes have feelings too.
Then you hear. Do you have anything else you want to do, Helvig, or is that it? This
Yes,
thing is.
I'm the only one who
as
got
your Eldritch
hurt.
Blast goes through it, it really just sort of like a rolling pin. Just sort of flattens it along the ground and just sort of, just smushes it.
You know, I stay where I am.
Cool. In which case, Kenna is tied up and is basically just shouting advice at you. And you can hear her say, Mouse, I'm sorry, my friend, the Gerbine, and you here, she indicates to Kesh, be very careful of where you stand. You're both standing in the stick. And you notice around your feet sticky patches of slime. Where you are standing, both would be considered difficult terrain and slow you down movement by half. But don't worry, because the slimes are coming to you! Sticky slime number 3 is going to mosey on over and attempt to mucus and pseudopod Jude. A 19 to hit Jude, I think?
Yes.
Yep, 3 damage there for you.
Okay.
It's like, oh no, whatever will I do? And you are mucused a bit. So when you hit, when it hits you, Jude, can I get a strength save from you, please?
Yes. 9.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you're a little bit stuck to the ground now.
Okay.
So if you want to move, you're going to have to make you're going to have to free yourself. Otherwise, you've been rendered immobile by the stick, by the goo, by this gloopy slime. All right, back to the top of the order. Nevermore.
We've just had a tip here for What do we got here from Serum? Thank you very much. $10.
Oh,
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Champion.
Ooh.
For healing.
I'm going to begin stepping forward. As I do step forward to here, I'm going to pull a burnt twig out from my cloak. I'm going to stroke it on my feathers as I cast and project my hand out. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt. And
Which one?
at the big boy,
Right. Yes. Well,
18.
The question mark of death.
I mean, it might hit. Yeah, it hits. For 10 lightning damage.
10 lightning damage.
Interesting. All right, let me just check something quickly. It is. It's only. Yep. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So it does 10 lightning damage, and the whole thing, which obviously, as I was saying before, its body is constantly shifting color and hue. At this point, it becomes a vibrant yellow all over. It just turns into this vibrant yellow color as it takes the 10 damage from Nevermore.
Does that look like it actually hurt it? Does it look like it recoils in any way?
It definitely recoils from the touch.
Yeah.
But if you want to know any more than that, I need an Arcana check.
I will use
Or
my...
nature.
I'll just do... Give me a second. We'll go with Arcana, if I may.
Yeah.
15 on Arcana.
Yeah, you think, given what you've seen of its abilities, this might have something to do with its attunement.
Gotcha.
The color is probably to do with an elemental affiliation that it might have.
Gotcha. All right. That is my turn because I have to stay within 30 feet. Although, I guess just very quickly glancing down after having heard Kenna shout out, avoid the stick. I'm not standing in stick, am I?
No, you are about, it's basically where Jude and Kesh are.
About
They're
here-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm done, thank you.
Helvig's not in it. Let's put it that way. Next is Trish.
Alrighty. I stay exactly where I am and shoot an arrow at the one that just got lightning damage.
Yeah, all right. You do that.
I sure will.
Yeah, that 23, again, just enough.
Oh, good.
Can I get the damage, please?
Yes.
7 piercing. Very nice. Very nice. Yep, takes it down. Great, good job. It's now the shifting slime's turn. It didn't like that at all. So it's actually going to move over here behind its buddy. And it's going to do the same thing as it did last time, but it's going to, now it doesn't change color at all. It just, the pseudopod erupts out of one side of it. These things retract as soon as they've been used. It's like it grows a limb, and then lightning arcs from the limb straight at Nevermore. A 19.
I close my eyes. Yeah, that hits.
6 lightning damage.
Oh, Schweppes. Cool.
Oh.
Oh, heal? No, I don't want damage. There we go. Sweet.
Yeah. It did not appear to like that at all.
Oh, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Kesh.
Kesh. All right. Can Kesh move?
Yeah.
Concentration check.
Kesh is Kesh. Can I get a strength save from Kesh?
Strength save.
Concentration check is a constitution saving throw, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's a concentration spell.
Yes.
I'll hold it. Cool. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would be enough actually. Kesh manages to free herself. She's at
Excellent.
half movement, but yeah, she's fine. She can move.
Kesh is gonna scooch on over next to Jude, because Kesh doesn't have any ranged attacks, and gonna stab that little slime with a
Very
dagger.
well. Make an attack. That is a critical fail, unfortunately.
Kesh!
That is a miss. It's probably because of all the sticky, and the her blade actually gets a bit stuck in the slime.
That's not good.
It just sort of it doesn't manage to penetrate the mucus membrane that's covering the slime, and it just sort of gets stuck in there. It's like you're wading in molasses for her at this point. It's very unpleasant.
Can you just say mucus membrane for me one more time?
Mucus membrane. Are we just clipping
thank
that?
Thank you. Right.
Save it for later.
That's all I needed.
It just gloops through that mucus membrane. And Jude, it's your turn. Stab.
Jude is going to stab the one in front of him.
Yep. Very well, Jude. Make a stab attack.
17.
Yeah, that's just enough. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
For 8 piercing damage. I think it's slashing. Hey.
For short sword, it's piercing.
I think short sword's piercing, yeah.
Oh, is she using the sword? Okay.
Yeah.
Sword.
Okay. Yeah, fine. You do 8. Very good. And now I need because once again you're attacking it, can I get a strength save, please, to remove your blade without it being stuck?
Oh.
23.
Yeah, that one wasn't a problem. You're just like, no, my sword.
Slime just goes flying into a wall.
Getting a little bit competitive with Kesh, and it's just like, this is how it's done.
You do that. Yeah, and now Helvig, do you want to indulge in the how it's done at all?
I don't sword, but how hurt does Nevermore look? Is he limping from being zapped?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
First I will use one of my healing life dice to heal Nevermore
Very well.
Aw.
for 3.
I'm gonna have to hug you, aren't I? Oh. Thank you.
Or at least say thanks.
I mean, if,
Oh.
and
thank
then I'm going to also Eldritch Blast the slime, the one they're
the smaller one or the
competing
big one?
over, the smaller one.
Yep. All right.
Oh, Eldritch Blast, 21.
Yeah, once again, this one actually, it doesn't smush it. This one actually just almost blows it backwards into the shifting slime, into the one behind it, but it sort of disappears. It's almost like the one behind it ate it.
Oh,
Just sort of absorbed it.
Ew.
But yeah, it definitely stopped it being a thing.
oh,
That's
I don't
two,
know.
That's 2 for the murder tally. Well done, Helvig.
I don't know. It was the slime. He ate it. It wasn't me.
That slime boat won't be missed by its slime wife. It's okay, Helvig.
Oh, its slime wife is also in this cavern. Don't worry.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we go back to Nevermore.
I want the story of the slime wife now.
Nevermore's turn already. Now, look, I'm going to put 2 and 2 together now that I've seen it change color and seen it shoot lightning at me. I'm going to release control of the spell, so I'll drop my concentration on Wish Bolt rather than continuing on with it.
Mhm.
And I will shoot a firebolt
Yeah.
from where I stand. There. And I would like to... I'll add a D4 to it.
Wise decision.
Oh, doesn't matter. It's a 9. Or does it matter?
It does. Yeah, you hit.
Oh, sweet.
Equal speeds, buddy.
All right. So, yeah, that D4 can be taken off my thing. So
And,
I
you do
hit it
1
for
fire damage.
1 fire damage. Glad I spent that
But-
1D4,
And its form flickers and turns an orangey red instead.
and I 5, 10, 15, 20 back there, and lean against the wall. Thank you, Helvig. And then that's me.
You're welcome. Where'd you go?
Where did indeed he go? Right, next is Trish.
Alrighty. I think I'm gonna scamper ever so slightly forward to here. I'm on rocks. Can I be on rocks? I'm good at climbing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I'm gonna shoot another arrow at that big boy.
Sure. You hit.
Superb.
Mm-hmm. For 4 piercing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it takes damage. And it retches at you. It turns and you can hear a definite gloop as the arrow just hits it, and this, like dropping a pebble into a still pond. It's sort of this noise. All right. And you have definitely attracted its attention. It moseys its way around Kesh and gets to Trish. And it's going to pseudopod Trish. An 18 for 6 acid damage, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
yikes.
Oh no.
We don't like that.
And you are now grappled, Trish.
Ah, love it.
oh
Ooh.
no! Tentacle.
Great.
It has grappled you, so you cannot freely move.
Wonderful. Love not being able to freely move. It's my favorite thing. Well, Kesh is gonna defend her friend and
Yeah.
stab it with her
Stab
short
it.
sword. Arrgh!
That does it.
Good.
Damn.
7 for 7 piercing. Yeah. It's becoming. You get the Cash definitely gets the impression that this is like hacking away at a jelly. The jelly is itself not really. It's almost like it doesn't feel the damage at all. It's definitely being hurt. It doesn't seem to actually feel pain in the same way a human or a humble person would.
Oh, did you hear that, Helvig? It doesn't feel pain. So it's fine. It's all good, bro.
And on
Should
that
make
note,
it
it's
easier.
Jude's turn.
Dude,
Jude
Jude
is
would like to
still physically stuck to the ground.
that's okay. Dude would like to throw a javelin and turn slime into kebab.
A slime kebab, delicious.
Yeah. Oh no, Jude does not do it.
Oh no.
No, I mean you'd have a D6 booster, but currently that is not a hit.
If I do D6, then I could get 11. I will do it. Dude will do it.
Roll a D6. Get 4.
Ow. Yes. Come on, D6. Ooh.
5, 10, you hit.
Yes.
Yes.
Slime kebab. How much damage from the javelin?
4.
4 piercing. Very good. Jude, your heightened combat senses, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yes.
Seeing as you were trying to make a slime kebab, you're looking to see exactly how well this worked. As far as you can tell, at this point, it's got 2 arrows and a bunch of scorch marks and a javelin sticking out of it, and none of them seem to have really inconvenienced it. It's like a lot of what you're doing to it. It doesn't seem to be hurting it.
It needs more magic.
Yeah, that's one conclusion you could draw.
7 more. There's never more to go.
And on that note, it's Helvig's turn.
Oh, okay. Considering slimes don't feel pain,
Do it.
and do we know how the structural integrity of this slime? Is it still living its life to the fullest?
Make a this will be nature for you.
Okay. Well, I'm proficient in nature. I don't.
6.
6.
As
I'm
far
proficient in
you
nature.
cannot. You're panicked. Your brain is scattered. You are in grief. You have no idea. This thing, or as far as you're concerned, it looks larger and more terrifying than it did when you first saw it, because it's significantly closer.
Okay.
And you can still hear its laughter in the back of your head.
Eldritch Blast! Pew!
Pew, pew, pew. Roll an attack.
Oh, I'm gonna use my booster.
Them boosters are great. Thank you
Damn.
very much, everybody in chat, for the
thank
boosters.
Just-
9?
Yeah.
9. Yeah, that's
For 3
exactly what
force.
you needed.
Oh,
Ooh.
For 3 force damage, which it takes, and it hits, and it sort of you see it ripple. Again, I'm using a lot of water analogies, but like dropping a pebble into a pond, there's a ripple up its side as it takes this blast to its flank. But it seems pretty intent on Trish. Nevermore, it's your turn.
Nevermore, from where he is standing, is going to lean just around the corner till he gets sight and shoot another firebolt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an 18. I'm going to add my d6 to it
Sure.
for damage. I'm going
Nice.
to just do it. We're going to use them. Oh,
Ooh!
12.
12.
12 fire damage. This huge bolt of fire. It's a significant orb of fire that you summon up. You very much put one hand over the other and slowly grow the fire, and you're concentrating on making it even larger, and you yeet it out at full force at this creature.
yeet!
And it strikes the thing in its center mass and just blasts apart around it. And the slime does not appear to be in any way inconvenienced by it. Its orange and yet red skin doesn't seem to be affected at all.
So its color didn't change after the force damage.
No.
oh no.
Okay. All right. All right. Sorry. And I'm
When you
going to
used the
step back.
booster, I was like, should I tell him? Nah, he's good.
No, I think yeah, that's fine. It's fine. I'll step.
I would have mentioned it if its color had changed after the force damage.
That's true. That's my turn. I'll step
Yeah.
one back, obviously, just so I'm out of sight.
Trish,
that's me.
it was a real shame. It was a jolly good hit. Would have ended the fight if it wasn't immune to the damage. Trish, your turn. You are currently grappled.
I'm gonna.
So you can make an acrobatics check to ungrapple yourself if you like.
I am going to do that, and I have a D4 that I'm going to use also to add to that.
Oh wow! Don't bother. There is
Don't bother?
no
Okay.
point.
Fine.
You-
I'm still
you are
stuck.
stuck.
Can I move my arms though?
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
All right.
But
Well,
if you tried to, the acrobatics was your action.
That was so I
You
can't.
can if you have a bonus action, you can do it. But otherwise, you are stuck.
All right. I think I'm stuck. I don't think I have a bonus action.
Oh
Okay.
Oh,
You can
no.
normally hide and stuff as a bonus action, but that's not going to help you right now.
I put my hands over my face and hope that the slime is really, really stupid.
It's not that stupid.
Well-
It attempts. It basically ingests you.
What?
It
Interested.
slowly begins to suck Trish into its body. You can see it because it's still it's pretty translucent. She can see in, or you can see, Trish can see out. The
Get
world
me out
in-
of this soft gap.
You remember in the remake of Star Trek?
Is she
Um,
drowning?
Sorry?
Is she drowning?
It does look a little bit like it. She looks like she's struggling really quite badly, and yeah, it sucks you into itself. Trish, can I get you to make a Constitution save, please?
Constitution, all right. Where are you? Here we go. Plus a D4. I'm gonna use it now. I'm gonna use
Just do it.
it.
Good call. Yeah. A
thank you.
15. A 15. Interesting. All right. Yeah, that's the shifting slime's turn. And it's actually going to, now that Trish is in it, it's going to maneuver up towards the corridor a little bit. And Nevermore, you can see a pseudopod like the one that shot lightning at you stick around the corner, like it's sensing for you. And now it's Kesh's turn.
Okay, Kesh is not gonna move, but Kesh is gonna stab. Stab.
Good call.
Stab.
Stab. Yeah. She plunges her short sword. In fact, it's actually Trish's short sword into this creature, and tries to use it to like carve the creature open so that Trish can get out. But it's not a creature like you can't carve somebody out of the belly of a slime because the whole thing is all slime. But it's in fact the sword comes dangerously close to your face, but it does not provide you any respite. Jude, it is your turn.
Jude will try and kebab again.
Now I'm going to increase the AC to not hurt Trish. It's not going to increase it by much, but it is going to increase it, just FYI.
But if I hit it for 9, does it hurt creature and Trish?
No, I won't make it do that. It just sort of you're being very careful about where you aim. So if you miss, if you don't roll high enough to hurt it, there'll be a reason. I'll explain it, but I won't. It won't be hurting Trish.
But
That face looks like it's gonna say that Jude's not a careful person. That's what that face says.
It's not a careful person. All right. In which case, yeah, the AC is unchanged. Do with that information what you will.
Sorry, Trish. It doesn't matter.
Maybe Jude is a careful person. He's like, oh no, Trish! Throws it off to one side. The javelin comes nowhere near the creature you're trying to do something about. Helvig, unless, Jude, you want to try and extricate yourself from the sticky slime you're standing in?
Can I?
Yeah, you can try. It would be, your movement is basic. You could use your movement to try and get free.
Yes, please.
Make a strength save.
No?
Nope.
Oh.
You're staying right where you are. It's actually like quicksand. The more you try to get out, the stickier you become. Now one of your hands is stuck in as well. You're like
Jude
playing an enforced twister.
Himself in more slime.
Yeah.
Do the opposite. Like if I get more in it, then I can get out of it.
Sure. That's that's what he thinks.
Mhm.
Helvig, it's your turn. It is right next to you, and you can hear it's laughing even more in your head.
Altus, please save us. Oh no, if I sacred flame, will I cook Trish? No, I'm scared. I don't want to do that. Don't do this to me, Josh. Don't do this. I'm gonna get my dagger. And I'm just gonna two hands like, yeah.
Isn't it really cool that we've got a replacement map edge already hanging out with you guys, just in case? Isn't that great?
Why would you say that? Dagger attack.
Trish is irreplaceable.
make a
23?
You wouldn't even need new art.
Does Helvig kill it?
Helvig does kill it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Helvig.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm Helvig. I would like you to describe for me your heroic savior of Trish with your dagger.
Wow.
I
Because
see.
I think the way I'm imagining this is definitely not the way it would actually happen. So I want you to tell me.
I see Trish is slowly being consumed in there. And as I pray to Altus and panically shaking hands, holding this dagger, I kind of just close my eyes and leap. And I think I get my full body in there, and my spines are also like stabbing it. I just
Rolling
pull and
around in
tackle
it.
it. Yeah. Just go, yeah, let her go.
Oh, that's 3 for Helvig, boys and girls.
Murder hedge strikes again.
Yeah, you do that. Its form, it doesn't die or it doesn't explode. Its form just sort of loses consistency and becomes sort of a puddle. Trish, you come spluttering out of this. It's sort of like a moving paddling pool that you just sort of can't swim out of, and it just collapses around you, and you're gasping for breath. Your lungs are full of gloop. Everything is just horrible.
Ew.
And I'm gonna roll a d4.
All right.
Because you will take a little bit. Yeah. So you take as it just sloughs off you, you take 2 fire damage just because it was fire aligned.
Okay.
But as you sort of extricate yourself from the last of the goop, and Kesh helps you up. Yeah, congratulations. You've done the thing. Worst thing ever. Good job.
You turn around, you look at Jude. Jude's just like lying in slime.
It's a dead!
Guys, I don't know what I did. It's really slimy.
I try and like cough some of the goop out of my lungs.
I drop my dagger. Trish, are you okay?
Helvig, I'm so glad that you're so good at murder. Thank you.
What?
I'm gonna give you a hug because I'm so grateful that you're so good at murder. If you
You're
weren't
both
this good at
pretty
murder,
covered in goop at this point.
I don't care. You're getting a hug.
No, I know. I'm just wanting Helvig to know.
Helvig,
I
Bring it
hug
in.
her.
bring it in.
Yeah. Thank Altus.
Why is everybody covered in slime and cuddling?
I don't know.
Because we've bonded, Nevermore.
Oh,
Very slimy.
bonded. I must avoid that at all costs.
Kesh goes over to Kenna and says, "Is this the person we're here for?"
Oh yeah.
Kenna.
Yeah.
Kenna says, "Even if I'm not, would someone mind getting me down?"
How does it look would be best to do that? Are they off the ground? Are they at ground level?
They are off the ground. They're about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Sort of, they're standing, but they're on a ledge attached to a stalagmite by goo.
I will first help our strongest party member maybe free themselves. And I also pick up the dagger and clean it.
Jude, make an athletics check with advantage if Helvig is helping you.
I'm going to just make my way over and start prestidigitating, trying to slough the slime away, just slowly to get them off.
Yeah, that will work. It'll take a little while, but it will
Yep.
work.
That's cool.
And fortunately, the advantage thing, Helvig basically wrenches Jude free, probably using one of Jude's own javelin to sort of pry him out as like a crowbar. And there you are. So Jude is now free. In fact, you notice immediately that the slime on the floor that was extremely sticky has lost its consistency almost immediately. Like the creature that generated it, now that it's dead, has lost its stickiness, its adherence.
It's not that sticky anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
I don't know how I got on the floor though. It was a surprise. Anyway, I'm going to get...
Kenna says, it got on the floor because the slime spread it there so that they can return to their previous position very easily.
It's pointless. It's pointless. You're yes, yeah. trying to explain it to Jude is just don't worry about it.
All right, very well. Would somebody mind getting me a sample of that thing before it completely disperses? And she sort of indicates to the elemental slime that you saw. She said, "There's some vials in my pocket. If you wouldn't mind, it would be extremely valuable."
Oh, I walk over to her and I take a vial and then I get my shirt and just sort of wring it out. Wring out my shirt over the vial. There you go. Enjoy your sample.
And she goes, "Thank you. Great."
You're welcome.
And then she looks at Nevermore and says, "Hurry. That this is not good."
I'm trying.
The sample is useless. I understand her, and I completely get it, but this is completely worthless.
I mean, I can get you down quicker with fire if you want, but
Oh no, it definitely would work better.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try and very carefully extricate her through the use of fire. Not at her, but like around the part where she's all right.
Can you get a dexterity check?
A dexterity check.
Or no, it'd be intelligence. I'm happy to have an intelligence.
Intelligence check.
I'll use the same roll, but there you go. It is the same roll.
It was the same roll.
Yeah. Look, you managed to do it without singeing more than a couple of feathers.
Cool.
And she goes, thank you, yes, and dashes over and is frantically scooping and just blast. And it's mainly just gloop. Sorry?
Do you need this stuff too?
No, unfortunately, it loses everything that makes it special almost immediately after it dies. If you harvest it while it's still alive, that works, but no.
Oh, what about the stuff on my javelin?
Also dead, I'm afraid.
No.
Well, at least you can swap it for some gold when we get back to town, so it's not totally useless.
Oh well, no. Those are your bounties. I wouldn't kill steal.
Very kind of you. Thank you.
She says, "Oh, but hello," and then she gingerly reaches into the body of the slime and removes a little golden locket on a chain. And she says, "Well, I think I know who this belongs to." And then she turns and walks over to Helvig and says, "My savior," and presents it to you.
No, it was them. I gestured towards everyone else.
What the hell? I was the one that got you down off there.
You hid behind the corridor.
Pass it here. Oh, what is it? Arcana check.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Yeah. And then we'll give it to whoever's appropriate.
Helvig,
exactly. A 10. Oh, it's definitely a locket.
It's a little trinket. It looks to be a small sphere, intricately woven from strands of gold and bronze. Its magical aura is faint from having been fed on by the slime, but it's very much intact. You don't recognize, however, what it is. You do, however, recognize that if you attuned to it, you would know what it does.
I see. Okay.
Sort of thing you become familiar with as you approach it. It looks like a little golden nest, like a ball of nest.
Jude runs up and starts putting it around Helvig's neck.
Oh
yeah.
Why would you do that?
What happens if it could? But it might have some enchantment on it that decapitates. Oh no, Helvig's still there. It's fine.
Wait, what?
It's fine, Helvig. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
And Helvig's head falls off. Roll
Next
a new
time-
character, Dan.
Next time we
no.
have a rest, Helvig, just spend some time focusing on the item and it'll reveal its secrets to you. That's generally how those things work.
Kenna says, I've heard of these. I've heard of these things. This is a nest charm.
A nest charm?
And what do they do?
I believe they make trees grow.
Oh.
Helvig.
They're very nice. It's a very positive magical force. It's why it was feeding off it, I imagine.
You can plant a tree for everything you kill.
Oh.
That way you're
This is-
putting good things into the world too.
Can
Kenna says,
everybody,
well, gosh, he'll have to plant a lot.
can everybody stop teasing Helvig about the whole death thing? Seriously, it clearly upsets Helvig.
Oh.
Am I right, Helvig? Helvig, speak!
Yeah.
Well, why is everybody picking on Helvig for?
I wasn't picking on him.
Oh, Helvig killed somebody again. I know I'm guilty as well. I think we should stop it.
Kenna says, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
It's
I just saw him blasting left and right, incredible magics. I've never seen anything like it.
it is incredible.
I assumed this was standard practice. If this is, it's possibly even more impressive given how reluctant you seem to do it. I am, and then she puts her hand on your shoulder, Helvig, and says, I am truly grateful.
That's okay. I'm glad it all worked out.
On that, seeing as you guys are here, would you mind helping me get a sample from a living one? I've been around these caves for like 3 days now, and I haven't managed to pin one down long enough to get a sample.
We're supposed to bring you home before the end of today.
Walden sent you, didn't he?
Yes.
Who?
Yes, Waldron.
The magistrate?
Waldron Crane.
He does worry. I'm fine. Admittedly, in this one instance, I'll acknowledge there was a genuine need. But the last 3 groups of adventurers he sent to find me, perfectly fine. I mean, there was the time with the giant toad. But other than that, I was fine. The toad was fine. We both would have survived it if the adventurers hadn't gotten in the way.
I want to hear more about the giant toad.
There was one time I was out trying to collect a slime sample and I got snuck up on by a giant toad. It's not a big story. And I was in the middle of extricating myself from the situation when a pair of Vulpins with crossbows come along and just pin the thing to the ground by its feet. Completely unnecessary, very unpleasant. But anyway, sorry. I appreciate the help. I really, really do. In fact, I would really appreciate the help of just getting just one itty bitty. I can make it worth your while.
How much worth our while?
I'll double the I'll double the thing you'll get. I'll double the payment you'll get for killing it.
Do you know anywhere near here where we can rest momentarily at least? Like, that's safe?
two caverns back. There's the whole thing narrows really small, so you could. I mean, you're quite big, but you would be just about able to fit through it. If we then sort of blockaded up, possibly, that would be. These things can get through pretty tight spaces, but if you're quiet, if you're like resting, then you'll be quiet, so you won't. There's none here now. You'd know about it if there are.
Dude is very sick of gloopy things.
I really didn't like being absorbed. But I also really like gold. It's a pickle.
I mean,
That's true.
Have a good rest on it.
we're supposed to escort you, and I guess if you were deeper in the caverns, I guess we can't help but go further in.
Helvig.
She grins at she like tilts her head and then yes. She's like, come get that. Should we just rest here? I'm feeling fine. I'm actually feeling more awake and innovated than I have in a while. You guys take a chill, have a moment. I'll keep watch. If something gets real, I'll shout and you guys can do something about it. But like, why not just? I mean, come up here onto my ledge, and she gestures back up to the ledge. She's like, aside from the small bits of gloop that I was stuck to the thing with, this is actually the least gloopy spot.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I do like gold.
So you have a short rest.
We'll have a short.
Yes.
We'll have a short rest. We can spend a hit die. It's been so long. We can spend a hit die.
Before I should exploit my warlockness. Before we take the short rest, who does look the most hurt?
I have 2 HP left.
It's definitely Trish.
Great.
I still have a lot of goop in my lungs, guys.
I will cast Cure Wounds on Trish to expel goop. I cast expel goop.
Thank you.
You expel goop all over Trish. So Nevermore recovers 5.
Here you go.
Trish is back to full by the looks of it.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Helvig.
And I still get my spell back.
Yeah.
Spell slot.
Oh yeah, because wizard. You get 1 back, don't you?
Just 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll
get
be
my Cure
plenty.
Wounds back.
Helvig, yeah, if you want to roll a hit dice, you are welcome to.
I will. I am hurt. Oh,
That'll do it.
great.
That's exactly what you want. Did Jude lose any hit points in that one?
Yes.
Okay, well, then Jude is back to full as well.
Ooh.
Great, good job. While you sit and have your short rest, Kenna basically is just more effusive in her thanks and says she's really excited. Oh yeah, there you go. She says, I'm really excited for this. She said, I've never seen anything like that one before. That's completely new. Science has not recorded any slimes with elemental properties before. It's very strange. I wonder if it was to do with the nest charm that it had consumed, perhaps. I don't know. And she's sort of train of thought to herself, but also out loud so you guys can hear it. So she's not being rude. Right. So you have your short rest. You heal up. Nothing. You signally fail to be attacked by slimes.
Good.
Did I attune or manage to attune to this?
I will. I'm happy for you to do that.
Simply the nest.
The nest charm. I am now going to make it available for you to look at. Helvig, seeing as you're the one who's got it. It should be in all players' journals down the bottom.
Yeah, I see it.
Charm.
Oh yeah.
This charm is a sphere of intricate metal branches interwoven to form a sort of nest. By placing the charm on the ground and speaking its command word, you can cause it to unfold, creating a 30-foot diameter circular platform of interwoven branches. Once the platform has reached its full size, a magical tree grows beneath it, lifting the platform 50 feet into the air, carrying any passengers and items along with it. The perch lasts for 8 hours, at which point the tree will retreat to the ground and the platform will shrink, eventually curling back into the small charm. At any time, the command word may be spoken to dismiss the perch in a similar fashion. Once the nest charm's power has been used, it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Oh, that's dope.
It's a sleepy tree.
Yeah, it's a
That's
sleepy tree.
really cool. But what happens if there isn't 50 feet? Do you just kill someone with it?
You just
you
get crushed
mush
into the
yourself
ceiling.
against
I
the
assume.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Be outside.
Yeah, outside is better. Or if you're not in it, you might break the ceiling of whatever you're in. Is the other option. I've seen it used in a large tent once. That was fun.
Oh.
Sure. So
Okay.
Kenna says, well, look, you guys have more experience recently. Where do you think we might find some slimes?
Well, we did pass some and left them behind us. There were, I believe, 4 of them, and we took out one of them. So perhaps that direction, unless any of these other little side caverns we're in right now or near right now might.
I mean, they probably would, but
Appropriate.
if you feel confident that you can deal with the 3 that you said were there, then let's do that. That sounds great.
But you need it alive.
Sorry?
You need it alive.
I need it to be alive when you take the sample. And at this point, she removes little glass vials from her pocket and gives one to each of you and says, sorry, I only have one each. And says, so basically, mechanically, it's an attack action to take a sample.
I'll take Nevermore's because he runs.
Yes. I instantly retract my hand from it. I'm like, oh no.
No, thank you.
No, Jude, thank you.
Okay, cool. Jude has 2. Everybody else has 1 except Nevermore. And she goes, I'm up for trying as well, but I think I'm not as durable as you guys. So I'll try, but yeah. So shall we proceed? And she
Yes.
says, and indicates the tunnel you came down initially. Right. So we go back to the caves.
Question for you.
Yeah.
The slimes that we left behind, were
Mhm.
they of the slippery, super speedy kind that can slide on slime, or were they of a different variety that
You
was a
re-
little bit slower?
You remember 1 caustic and 2 sticky.
Okay, 1 caustic and 2 sticky.
You recall that you killed a caustic and that
Yeah.
there was 2 others and 2 of one kind. There was 2 of each, and you killed a caustic.
Okay.
All right. Let me just.
Caustic
find-
is the slow one.
You return. The sticky. They're all rather slow, but the stickies can be fast. So you return back. Kesh is there.
I think we might be able to get a ranged attack off on one of the faster ones, Helvig, at the beginning.
Well, it's worth
Okay.
noting. You do remember that they're only fast on slime trails.
Yeah,
If
but
you
we
can't
don't know
see
where
any
the
slime
trails
trail,
are. Yeah.
There might be some on the ceiling, though, right?
yeah.
That we're
So
not
you
aware of.
guys,
Ooh.
can I get you? Oh, that's right. I need to actually put you on the map. Hey,
If
there we are.
set fire to the end of the slimy trail, can we then trap slime in fire?
That's
you
if
probably
it's
could.
flammable.
The slime definitely is. The sticky slime definitely burns.
There is a slime chance of that working.
So, can I get you guys to place yourselves on the map where you think you would be? Kenna is sticking with Nevermore.
I'll be last because spines.
Yep.
Can I get a remix?
Dude is leaving.
Of course.
Of course.
So, I will say perception check from Trish and Kesh because they're the ones who can see in the dark.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, dude cannot.
We
She
have
just traipses off into the darkness.
If we haven't yet, then I would cast light again. It's not like they cared, right? It was just noises.
No, they can't. They can't see. They're blind, but they have blind sight. Mechanically.
Yeah, I cast light.
Trish, you do spot a couple down the far end. There actually one is on the floor. One of the stickies is actually on the floor, checking out your arrow. And you can see it sort of trying to absorb the arrow. It's sort of sitting on it. And you also see that's one of the sticky ones. This one is a quite a nasty shade of lavender. And then you also see a green one glooping around the ceiling. Roundabout above it. Like, I'll put it on the map, but it's above.
How high is the ceiling?
About 30 feet.
Okay.
Well, I let everybody know what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
2 spotted, 1 still missing.
Can I make a suggestion?
You may.
I mean, I can't really see down that direction. Helvig, I saw you cast light earlier on an item.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you could cast light on an arrow and then Trish shoots the arrow down there, providing us with a bit of light?
Yeah, absolutely.
That might give us just a little bit of assistance for those who can't see in the dark.
I can only have one thing lit up at a time, but I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright,
Then I
sounds
guess we won't be lit, will we? Well, I mean, surely we've got a candle. We'll light a candle.
I can just do it again.
Jude, you're good at lighting candles.
Yeah, or like actually use my torch for its intended purpose.
Oh, I mean, that too, sure.
Any of these options. You cast light on an arrow, as long as I assume you're being quite quiet, so that you don't attract them. Can I get stealth checks from everybody? Oh,
Oh, Trish. Oh.
Queen of Stealth.
I mean, yeah, wow. I'll just count that as Kesh's as well, shall I?
Sure.
Yeah. To make up for the awful stealth of the other 3.
Stealthy Jude, though.
Jude is at disadvantage because he's wearing heavy armor.
Unstealthy Jude, though.
Okay, I'm going to
Shit.
cast light now. Are you ready?
Ready.
Loud verbal component.
Both of these, Trish, you see both the slimes start glooping towards you, one on the ceiling and one on the floor. You can also make out a third one come around the corner.
They've
Around
heard
the
us, gang.
outside, around the outside.
All right, they have heard us, but I fire the arrow anyway.
You do that.
Ooh.
Were you shooting it at one of them?
No, I
Or
was
just-
just going
oh.
straight
In
ahead.
which case, you didn't. You just shoot into the middle of the cave there, and it just illuminates the whole area. So functionally, the whole place is now lit to the point where everyone can see it. The arrow is serving as a torch bracket. And you can all easily see the 3 slimes that are moving towards you. They are definitely coming at you. I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh.
Initiative.
Oh, sheep. Here we go again.
Here I go again.
Ooh, no.
Oh, bother.
Oh, dear.
bother.
Oh, dear.
Bother.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Ready to work.
It's amazing.
Evermore got a 4. Wow. Okay, that's nowhere near as good as last time. And Kesh also got a 6. Wow. That's sort of appropriate, I suppose. So the caustic slime gets to go first, and it gloops on up to Jude and Kesh, and it is going to try and attack Jude with its pseudopod. 19
That hits Jude.
for 3 acid damage. I am doing quite well today. This is uncommon for me. It's weird and nice.
Take it.
Jude just screams.
Yeah. Jude, you also can I get a dexterity save, please?
Yes.
Yeah. But you don't take any further damage.
Okay.
And then one of the sticky slimes, the nearer one, good, comes up and tries to get behind Jude as well. It would be there. It's as close as it can get. And it is going to, it's also going to pseudopod, because why not? For 18. Yeah, boy. That's 3 bludgeoning damage for Jude.
Oh no!
Yeah. Unless your AC is higher than 18 all of a sudden.
No.
Yeah, all right. Now it's Helvig's turn.
Ah! Jude!
And Kenner is like, don't forget to take a sample!
Wait, which one?
Either, any.
Okay, I move up.
Probably
next
the green one. It would be easier.
It's also a
I move up next to
like,
Jude.
Yeah, well, the other one's sticky. You don't get your hand stuck in it.
True.
Excuse me, Devil.
Yep, sure.
Vile. Yeah.
Very well. Make a It would be make a dagger attack, but it's the vial instead. It'll be the same modifier.
Okay. Natural
You
20.
nail it. You get the perfect sample. You don't even get burn.
Yeah.
I'm
Got
gonna
a raid, by the way.
Yeah.
Raid?
Raid!
Raid?
Is it our lovely friends from Nerd of the West?
Oh, it is.
Finger guns! Pew, 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 pew. Good to see you guys. Welcome. We are just finishing off another slime encounter. We have successfully taken the thing. Don't see Trish in the turn order. Oh, that's weird. What was Trish's
Oh, no.
initiative?
12.
Oh, that's odd. I must have removed her. Trish, can I get you to roll initiative again, and I'll pop you in.
Why not?
Click on the token.
No, there you go. It's because you didn't click on the token.
Ah, my bad. Sorry. Well, for that, I should be punished with crap initiative anyway.
Well, I still need you to roll it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you need to do it again. Actually,
My
click on the
goodness.
thing and then.
All right.
then
Alrighty. Did it work?
there you go. Yeah,
Good.
which is actually what you should have anyway.
Wonderful.
Cool. In which case, we will retrospectively say that it is Trish's turn.
Sweet.
And Kesh's. Oh. Weird.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
Map patches move as one, I guess.
Sure. Why not?
That's
That's
all right.
racist, but yeah.
No, we're friends. Hush. Trish is going to shoot at this thing with her short bow
What?
and hit it, I guess.
Is this the sticky one?
Yes, the green boy right in front of me.
Oh, the caustic one. Yeah, you definitely get surprise on him.
Ah, wonderful. Sneak attack.
Snickety snack, sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Ooh,
14 damage. Very nice.
that is good.
Yeah,
Sick.
good. A good start. This thing, your arrow slices through it, and a whole portion of it just sort of drops off. It's like it's almost halved in size, but rather than separating in two and becoming two independent creatures, one of them is a dead thing.
Ah, nice.
Um,
Good.
And Kesh.
Cash is gonna do what Cash does best and hit it with her sword.
Sure as shit, not rob people. Yeah, she hits it.
Fine. All right.
She hits it as well, and she lops off a further good old chunk of it. There's not much left, and what is left is a quivering little mass.
Good.
Yeah, good. Helvig.
I've
no.
already. Yeah.
Yep. In which case, it's the last sticky slime. The sticky slime moves half its movement to get there, and then it uses the other half of its movement to get there, along the trail of the slime that the previous one laid down. It accelerates and moves at double speed along that. And then it uses its action to dash and get itself here. But that's it. And then we go Nevermore.
No, I'm going to step behind Kenner.
Sure.
And I'm going to take a shot at the one that has taken the most damage, which is the caustic.
Yep. Very well.
And I'll be using Firebolt.
Yep.
Which will hit for 9 damage.
Yeah, it does. The last remnants of this thing sizzle and pop as it expires.
Careful, Jude! Careful!
It's now Jude's turn.
Jude would like to shove a fist into the slime with the sample vial.
Very well.
Punch it / get sample?
Yeah. Very well. You do that.
Can I do that?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Make be a weapon attack. It's basically a dexterity one, please. This is a dexterity weapon.
The what?
Make a dex check.
Dex save. Okay.
Dex check, not save.
Oops.
Although I think it's probably the same,
It's the same, but it's the
modifier.
same
So yeah,
bonus
just
usually.
do a dex save.
Oh.
Actually done. I think that actually hits. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you needed a 6. They have very low dex. Yeah, you do that. You don't do it anywhere near as neatly as Helvig did it before. Your hand is now inside. The vial is full. But now your hand is. Now I need a strength save to remove your hand, please.
Gross.
Yeah, there is this awful, gross sucking noise as you like pulling your shoe out of mud. You hear this as you pull your hand free, and yeah, your hand is covered in the sample, as is the vial.
Did my punch do any damage?
No. It was a sample collecting punch rather than a damage dealing punch.
Okay.
Can't have your slime eat it, unfortunately. Back to the top of the order. Kenna, for her part, goes, "Good job, guys. Well done. Honestly, you can feel free to kill him now." And pats Helvig on the shoulder. And it's Trish's turn, apparently.
All right, I'm gonna move just here behind Helvig to get a good aim at the closest slime
Sure.
with my bow.
Pew, pew, pew. 12 will hit.
Wonderful.
And again, this would snake. Yeah, for
Hell
8
yeah.
damage. Very nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, and Kesh is gonna scamper on over here to hit the other one with her dagger. Dagger, short sword.
She attacks it, and yeah, she manages it. It's not a good hit. It's not a clean hit, but it's a hit.
Better than
and
no hit.
It takes the damage. That's all you need. It's all you want. Very well. It's now the sticky slime. It's the one that Cash just attacked, and it didn't like that. It's quite upset with her about it. It tries to pseudopod her. And it does for 2 damage.
Oof. Oof.
Ooh.
And yeah, Cash, can I also get a strength save because you had physically attacked it and your sword might become stuck?
Alrighty.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
It comes free. Helvig.
Sacred Flame. The one next to me.
That's a dex save, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
it
it's going to go
is.
pretty well with its dex saves.
No, don't say
Okay.
that.
Save.
I think it gets some
It's gonna be like
Minus-
natural 20.
-2 or
Got a
something.
2. It's a -4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a 2. Even if I add the 2 scores together, it's nowhere near enough. It takes 3 flame damage. Radiant.
Nice.
Very nice. It's not dead, but it's not
magical
happy.
fireflies try and free themselves from gloop.
Yeah. Actually, you do notice the fireflies are flying around inside the gloop, but totally free. Like they're not restrained by it at all, like a snow globe.
Excellent. Excellent snow gloop.
Whoa.
And
That's cool.
it attacks you because of that. It's like, hey,
No.
Oh, you know. All is fair in love and war. I
and it
suppose.
bludgeons you for 2 damage.
Ow.
Oh.
Helvig,
You're more hurt than I am, I think, though.
but you're hurting too.
Nevermore.
Yep. Good job getting the slime, everybody. I'll kill it now. 17 for 4 damage on the one that is closest to me.
You burn it away. It squeals and pops and bursts.
Good job, one to go.
Jude, your turn. It's within easy reach of you.
Yes, going to stab.
Very well, make a stab attack.
17.
That'll do it.
Nice.
6
Or
piercing.
6 piercing. It's not quite dead, but it's very, 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 very close. Tarish.
Killing blow.
Get it.
All right, I'm going
Action.
to scamper on close
Scamper.
for a flanking type of situation,
Sure.
and I'm gonna hit it with my short sword.
You would actually get advantage now. There are 3 people in contact with it, so you are in fact flanking it.
Yeah, we are.
Not that it matters. You're the advantage roll is worse, but you hit it. You definitely hit it, and you don't even need to. Your sneak attack was enough to kill it. Good job.
Wonderful.
It is dead. And Kenna goes, professionals. I should take you with me every time I'm trying to get samples. Thank you. Thank you so
Please
much.
No, I don't want any more slime.
Speaking of which, are we leaving now or what?
Yeah.
What's the go?
Let's head off.
Okay.
I'm
Lead
going
the
to...
way. I'm actually a little turned around. But retracing your steps, particularly for Nevermore, would not be difficult at all.
I literally know exactly where I stepped, and I'm just going to start doing that by stepping in that direction, by up here and here and here.
And that it was this one, I believe. And yeah,
Yes.
very well. You find returning to the Reach surprisingly easy. There is you fail to encounter any more slimes along the way. Nothing gets in your path at all, and you make it back without any further incident. Congratulations. Waldron Crane greets you at returning to the Reach with their newly freed researcher. The party arrive little before sundown and are greeted by an anxious Magistrate Crane and the head of the guard, Alexander, the raptor from the day before, who takes Kesh back to the stockade for the night. Though, Trish, you notice that he is significantly more, he's not rough with her at all. He said, if you don't mind, you'll be coming back. I can't just have you roaming the town, but you will be freed tomorrow, and to be taken to Alderheart by these good people. But he's where before he was very rough with her, he is now sort of come this way, young lady. He does put her hands in binders, but it's very much I have to do this. You understand? And she for her part actually is no, that's and looks at Trish this is okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
There definitely would have been any sort of aggressive behavior towards Kesh would have been stopped pretty quick, smart. So
yeah,
by
I
us.
really don't like it when someone calls you a young girl or a little woman or something. It's patronizing.
I wouldn't know.
Alexander says, I meant no offense. I apologize. As he, I can't remember exactly what it was I said. He is significantly larger than she is. I think his intention was really just but I think I said young lady. Yeah,
Yes.
he was just observing because she is not very old.
That is fair.
Yeah. But he's that hadn't occurred to me. I apologize. He said, yeah. Waldron Crane says, well, yes. Welcome back, brave adventurers. My deepest thanks. I have instructed Gustav not to charge you for your rooms and meals. Your stay here will be on me, within reason, of course. He then hugs Kenna warmly, and she gives him a peck on the cheek.
Oh, insight
and she holds
check.
up one of the vials, and she says, "Look!" And Kenna he sort of yes, and gives her a look of disapproval, which is completely unnoticed. Nodding his head slightly, Crane says, "It really wasn't necessary to go to all the trouble for a few samples, yeah. But thank you for your help. I will, of course. There's a 5 gold piece bounty on every slime you slew. All of this, we shall sort it out tomorrow. Obviously, it's a long day, busy day. Present them to me on the morrow, and we'll settle up then, shall we? Please, my friends, be my guests. I shall have your letter ready. For you to depart tomorrow morning. I shall summon you as in the morning. I may have another little job for you before you head off. But tonight is on me. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. And with that, the magistrate leaves. Kenna then smiles at the group and says, "All right, time to celebrate. I mean, how about some refreshments? What do you say? I was gonna say first round was on me, but apparently it's on him."
Hey.
All right. Well, I suppose we should sit down and get to know one another.
Yeah. So I think now would be a pretty good time for a break, but there is one thing I would like to do before. Does anybody have anything particularly that they want to do this evening?
Heal.
Oh, you will heal automatically as you when you sleep. Yeah. Clean and heal. Yeah. Baths all round. As you enter the tavern, Gustav said, "No slimes at the. There's the bucket outside for that exact purpose."
Of course.
All right, there's Slime Town. I forgot there's Slime Town.
I actually think it's possibly time for Nevermore to question Helvig again as to the hesitance, but we can do that after we have a break. If that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a sub.
Hey.
Stormfield, champion.
Good job. Good to see you here, Storm. All right. Does anybody have anything else they wish to do specifically this evening?
Not specifically this evening.
No.
Fantastic. Kenna has a good old evening with you. She stays for 2 or 3 drinks and then heads off. She says she's got to head back home. Then you head off to bed. In the night, Helvig, can I get a wisdom save, please?
Okay.
Oh no.
Wisdom saving throw. 6.
Good.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay.
Right. Helvig, even after a rowdy evening in the tavern, you struggle to get to sleep. And when you do, your dreams are disturbed by visions of fire and blood. You awaken in a tortured landscape. The sky is racked by firestorms and the earth torn asunder as a laugh that you recall from your experience in the cave with the elemental slime booms out from a huge volcano that towers like a fortress over the scorched and barren land. You feel the air in your lungs burn as you breathe in, and when you exhale, several fireflies come out of your mouth with your breath, the very air seeming to char as it leaves you. What do you do?
I turn around. Do I see anything? Do I see a path?
This tortured landscape surrounds you, but you can't see anything. There's no specific path. You're on a slightly raised bit of ground. You can see a decent distance around you, but it's like a firestorm swept through here.
Okay. So am I can I get down from where I am?
Yeah. It's a gradual slope.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyone? Hello?
Make a perception check.
Perception. 9.
You hear a voice that of it's hard to make out, but you recognize this voice. This is Nash. She sounds as if she's in pain. Her words are hard to make out, but you can hear her call your name. And the voice is coming from the area to your left.
I go in that direction.
You pass through a long dead grove of twisted and blackened tree trunks, their life force long since drained. Regardless of which way you turn, you always seem to be heading toward the mountain. Ahead of you, you can make out a small chocolate-colored hedge cowering in fear, her quills splayed out around her defensively. She looks up at you. Why did you leave us? Why did you bring all of this down upon us? As they speak, fireflies emerges from Nash's mouth and dance around her hypnotically. Do you do anything? Say anything?
I didn't mean to. This can't be real.
Suddenly the ground shakes, ash rippling and rising as though something vast is traveling below it. Nash screams, "It's back!" What do you do? She curls herself up into a little ball.
Did she look in a particular direction?
All around you, it's like something is burrowing underneath the ground around you. It's rising it's leaving that sort of raised trail of something traveling just below the surface, and it's sort of snaking around you and coiling around you.
Okay.
It passes directly underneath you.
I
And
shoot
you
it.
sort of raised a couple of feet off the ground by it as it passes.
If it goes in the same direction, like underneath me towards Nash, I shoot it.
It's heading that way, but shooting at it. How do you shoot it?
Like just Eldritch Blast at it. I try and think about it.
You do that. Make an Eldritch Blast attack, please.
22.
10. All right. You'll summon up a huge cloud of fireflies and direct them towards the ground. They hit the ground and sort of phase. It's like when they return to you, they return to it and sink through it without appearing to do anything to it. As they hit, however, the laughter, which you've been hearing throughout, is now a hiss. The hiss grows in intensity, and from the ground where you directed your Eldritch Blast, a huge, sinuous form rises up, its dark scales glistening in the firelight, its eyes dancing with the fireflies. The huge amount of fireflies that you summoned are now occupying its eyes like snow globes. The laughing hiss grows in intensity, and Nash screams in terror. Then the creature's mighty coil, just one of them just flops down onto her and crushes her. Its belly raises up underneath you. You find yourself straddling it, looking up at its serpentine head. It's more filled with fangs. And then it bows to you. Master. The word booms in your mind. And I think we'll take a break there. Hope everybody in chat's enjoying it so far. Things took a bit of a turn. Pity about that wisdom save. Hey, Dan.
Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, I think we'll take a break there, guys. Have a drink. Have a quick break. Get yourself some gummy snacks. I'm going to be having some gummy snakes, I think. Yeah, we'll be back in 5 to 10.
Stick around.
I hope you had a nice break there. Hope you recovered. I hope you remember to start breathing again. I hope your dreams are not filled with visions of huge fire snakes, because Helvig certainly are. Yeah, Helvig, you wake up.
Oh.
You sit bolt upright in bed. You are drenched in sweat and covered. The sheets are knotted around your ankles, and they've got quills in them. From the look of the ceiling, it looks like you may have cast an Eldritch Blast in your sleep. There's a bit of a scorch mark on the ceiling, and your breath is your heart is going a mile a minute. You don't think you're going to be able to get back to sleep. You can still hear your little sister's voice in your head screaming, "It's back." And then the sight of her being crushed beneath the giant scales of this creature. Yeah. The next morning rises murky and sodden. A brief squall blew in from the mock fields during the night, and the usually damp town is now completely soaked. Helvig, you awaken from a light and troubled doze, having not really slept at all. You are going to be suffering a level of exhaustion today due to your fitful dreams.
Yep.
Over breakfast, which
Did
Helvig looks pretty rubbish. Yeah, sorry.
Did I have a long rest as in mechanically for all my
Mechanically,
stuff?
yeah, you would have had a long rest, so you recovered all your hit points and all your skills and everything, but you are at a level of fatigue.
Yep.
Did we, speaking of level...
Nope. I'll tell you.
Drat.
I wouldn't do that on a level up. That would be much worse on a level up. All right. Yeah. Helvig comes down for breakfast looking pretty shitty. But everybody else had a reasonably good night, unless they were sleeping in the room directly above Helvig's.
You all right, Helvig? You don't look too crash hot.
Yeah, you okay?
You want the muffin?
Thanks. I will take the muffin.
Take the muffin.
Yeah.
I have 10 of them.
Just one at a time. Thank
Jude
you.
did get a little bit carried away with muffins when she once he realized what the price was.
They're all different flavors.
Free.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, it's just a rough night.
Oh. Bed dreams? Did you wet the bed?
No.
Did you poke yourself in the spiky thingies? Because, that seems difficult to sleep with.
No, I didn't. Thank you.
Rule 70. Bad dreams usually mean something.
Do they?
I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Lazarus always used to say like my father. But,
I always have dreams of really weird things. Like this one time, I had a dream about the pirate ship. I've never seen a pirate ship, but I was on one, and there was all these little crabby thingies. But I've never seen a crab, so it kind of looked like a squirrel, but with claws.
One time I had a dream I was sitting on a pile of gemstones. That was the whole
Oh,
dream.
that's
It
a
was
better
great.
dream. I like that one.
Right.
it's
seem
not all
very
that comfortable. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
I haven't sat on gemstones. I'm just joking. Not that rich.
The door opens and Kenna actually comes in, the girl you saved yesterday, and says, "Hi."
Jenna!
And she looks over at Gustav and says, "Can I get a blueberry muffin? Thanks."
Oh, you can have one of mine.
No, I wouldn't. There's no need.
I have 10 of them.
You do. And she sits down and she says, "I just wanted to thank you guys so much for yesterday, both for saving me and then for saving my research. That was awesome of you." And she says, 2 samples, 2 bounties, 10 gold. And puts it down in the middle of the table and says, "Thanks very much." The magistrate, and you get the impression, in fact, can I get insight checks from anybody who's interested?
Oh, very interested.
So tired.
I'm a curious person.
I'm quite insightful. Not.
And anybody else?
I have no disadvantage, but
Yeah,
13.
that's still pretty good. So Jude and Helvig, who are, I don't want to say the less self-involved of the 4, but
I'm definitely the most self-involved.
You are, yeah.
Let's just clear that out the way.
I was like, let it go with Trish, though. She could go either way. Jude and Helvig, you notice that she sort of slips up. When she refers to the magistrate, she doesn't just say the magistrate. She goes, Mike. The magistrate would like to see you. He's got some stuff for you.
You're dead?
No, he's not my dad.
Ugh, let's not go with the daddy jokes.
Uncle, actually.
Oh, close. That's
Yeah.
close.
We are. We don't see eye to eye a lot, but we do get along. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm staying with them while I do my research. And he's just a bit protective.
Well,
anyway,
how about we head there?
Yeah. He would like to see you. Thanks again. And she doesn't accompany you back. She mutters something about her own lab.
Just one thing before you go.
Yeah?
See, I'm pretty certain you said that there were 3 adventuring parties before our own that came out to rescue you. Is that correct?
Yep.
Perhaps you shouldn't risk yourself so much and potentially get other people killed. Just a thought. And then I'm just going to turn around and walk off.
Can I get a persuasion check, Nevermore?
Sure. Oh.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
She goes, I mean, nobody got hurt. Well, the frog did, but nobody else got hurt. It's mostly a big overreaction, and the one time it wasn't, you guys were there. She goes, thanks anyway, and goes.
Bye, Jenna.
Cool.
Going
You
to
make
get
your way
somebody killed.
to Walden Crane's house.
All right.
Yeah. He says, marvelous, come, please. And he brings you up the ramp himself and ushers you into his what would appear to be his private study. He said, welcome, my friends. Yes, please do come in. This is a matter that will require some discretion. And he gestures for you all to sit. Then he turns a couple of knobs and pulls a lever, and there is a clunk, and the door very solidly locks. In fact, you get. Can I get a perception check from all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Righty.
Unless Arcana is better. The perception's pretty good. That'll do for all of you, really, I reckon. Yeah. Yeah. You.
So tired.
Gee, wow. Yeah. Nevermore. You. So you all notice, except Helvig. Helvig's mind is on other things. The on the final clunk, the sound in the room becomes deadened, sort of like being in a sound booth, like the echoes stop. And
Interesting.
Nevermore, you easily intuit that this is a magical effect. This is a sort of a privacy field. Yeah.
Very creative. Wonderful.
He says, "Oh yes, I had it installed specially. It's useful for meetings where you want to be able to guarantee silence and anonymity."
Can I just ask you one question? Actually, no. I'll wait until the end. Never mind. It's fine. Please proceed.
All right. Well, satisfied that you're alone, the magistrate turns and lets out a big sigh before to face you. The swamp, he begins hesitantly, is home to a foul sorcerer, a shape-shifting demon who dabbles in evil magic. Now, the last I saw him, he looked like a dragon of all things. Now, I need you to discreetly take care of him. If it got out that I allowed such a creature to exist, I would be finished, especially with what happened to Ashbarrow. Everyone is terrified. Think of the wood. Please, do what is best for it. Do this thing for me, and yes?
When you say take care of him,
Kill him.
you mean soup or death?
I mean death. I definitely mean death.
Okay.
You can turn into a dragon.
It was sort of like a man-shaped dragon.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What?
I mean, dragons aren't real anyway, but it's sort of, if you imagine what a dragon would look like, were it to be roughly shaped like a member of the humble folk, then you would have round about sort of a humanoid lizard.
I believe in dragons.
Given
And
what
he
we've
smiles at you and he says, "It is a rather lovely idea, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And he says,
Fire breathing warrior.
In the swamp?
Yes.
"Yes,
sorcerer. A little bit nasty with the tangoing with spells and all that. Is this within the realms of possibility of us actually dealing with? Or are you sending us to our deaths?
no. Why would I send you to your deaths? No, you've proven to be extremely useful people. I don't want you dead. I want this thing dead. It threatens everything."
But it's super powerful.
You do realize from our earlier discussion that we are supposed to send a message to all the heart, right?
I do, and this is why I'm asking this of you, because I don't know that this thing isn't related to the Scorched Grove.
Can I make an insight check?
You can.
Yeah, sounds like he's just bullshitting and making shit up at this point in time.
Make an insight check.
There you go, 13.
-1.
Man, bear, pig, dragon.
Yeah, I saw that too. Man, bear, dragon, pig. No, he seems totally legit, no more.
I don't trust that.
You
You have to trust
Dead
it.
set, completely like, oh, actually, that's a thought. I hadn't considered that. That this is actually, it occurs to you like, wow, he
could be right.
not so much that he's convinced you, it's more so that he definitely believes what he's saying is true.
Got it.
He is speculating.
He's
and
convinced himself.
Well, no, he said, I don't know that this isn't related, but you are members. You are a group of people who have taken it upon yourselves to do what is best for the wood and best for everybody here in the wood, and this would be in service to that same goal. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of hours. This is part of the problem. The thing only lives about an hour away. Simple. In, out.
Can I make an insight check, please?
To determine what?
If he's lying,
About what?
like his own motives.
Oh,
If
sure.
he's healthy?
Yeah, make an insight check about why he wants it dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
He seems rather agitated. He's given the amount of effort he's gone to make sure nobody even overhears this conversation. He is concerned that people will find out about this thing. That so much seems extremely obvious. And he is agitated. He basically, yesterday may have been like, he obviously wanted you to save Kenna, but it was sort of a trial run.
And he said that it was because, well, he didn't want the people in the town to know.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want it to get out that he, as the person in charge of Winnowing Reach, allowed an evil sorcerer to live less than an hour away from Winnowing Reach.
Okay.
Okay. I think that we need to have like a little team huddle, and you need to like scoot back a little bit.
Yes, of course. He says, I'll let you out, and you can have a chat in the hall.
Good idea.
Sure, why not?
So he clunk, 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 crank, crank, door unlocks. He says, please, I didn't want to.
We're just going to talk, okay? And
No,
just going to go back
absolutely.
in there.
I thought Lazarus's son would probably be the best person to go to in this situation. But if it matters, I can offer you a small bounty as well, if that helps.
Okay.
Well, we assumed there was bounty.
A sum of 40 gold for proof of the sorcerer's death.
It's a big round trip you're asking of us.
We're
Well, no, it's
just
not.
going to-
That's why I'm asking. It's
But
only
to come back for the gold.
but you have to come back for the road.
It's like out of town, and then
Please,
Oh.
please, just let
Yes,
us
no,
let us talk, please.
Have a chat. Have a chat.
With respect, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I turn to them. I'm in.
I mean, I'm also in, but he seems pretty desperate. I think we can get more out of him.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't mind seeing Kesh not in jail, just because I think Kesh has earned her freedom after her performance in our last little jaunt.
Is this
Personally,
sorcerer actually evil though?
We
Like,
could ask.
maybe we can talk to them and they just move somewhere else.
Yeah. I think the mighty Gespad would shine brightly down on us if we were to find a good person inside the sorcerer. And if not, then we commit more murder together.
we could get there, determine whether the sorcerer is in fact evil or not, and then proceed accordingly, if that would make everyone more comfortable.
It is very just.
I don't know. I just thought that he was just concerned more about his reputation rather than the town.
Seem a bit like that.
Bit of both.
Seems desperate.
Regardless, I'm in.
All right,
I'm
cool.
in.
So he knocks on the door. You hear a knock from inside. So, do you mind if I? So,
One
Yes.
more minute.
yeah,
Oh,
Well,
This
No.
will make him wait a little longer because it's funny.
yeah, actually, a good point. Yes.
it
So-
is.
Do we want to bring Kesh along with us again? I'm just looking at my nails while I'm talking.
Well, she did great last time.
I feel like Kesh has proved themselves, to be honest.
I agree.
Have you grown on her, Nevermore?
Well, I mean, I haven't grown for quite a while, actually. Not for a number of years. I've reached about this height, and why would I grow on her?
That's very funny, Nevermore.
Yes, thank you. Here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I like to judge people on their actions, and I feel like Kesh's actions were I don't know. I approve. So potentially no death from me.
gross.
And if my father heard me say that, I would be in so much trouble.
Dude got in trouble a lot. I think it is a good thing. It is sign of growth.
Yes. Or rebellion.
I like
Fathers
rebellion.
don't always know what's best for people.
Very true.
He did seem to know everything.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hello?
May I?
Oh, yes, I forgot you were
Yes.
there. Yes, come in.
So he comes out.
I think we let's just gesture to go back in. Come on, this way.
And he says, "We should. Please come back in." And he sort of gestures you back in, and clank, clank, crunch, crunch.
Do you have cookies?
Not in here, I'm afraid. I try to avoid carbs while I'm working.
Disappointing.
Sorry.
That's
So, will you help me, my friends?
We've decided we'll be nice and assist you on one condition.
Yes.
We get to bring Kesh with us again.
Oh, I had assumed that was a given. Yes.
Oh, good.
No,
And
that's
we
fine.
want 50 gold.
Because Kesh needs a share. That's right.
Jude, make an intimidation check.
Okay. 5.
And Trish, make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
I should have said something. Doesn't matter. I'm tired.
He goes, yes, fine. 50 it is, and the letter shall be here upon your return, and the bounty for the slain. Shall we just call it 80 gold for the whole job, and the bounty is included in everything.
Okay.
That sounds okay.
Sure,
Marvelous,
wonderful.
marvelous.
Do the math.
I think he's actually giving you exactly 50 plus the bounties.
Yeah.
Cool. He said, splendid. I shall inform Alexander. Thank you. Oh, yes. So, proof. I need on this one. I'm afraid I must require proof for the bounty to be paid. The proof I require is a rather distinctive amulet made from a small curled horn that he wears. I suspect it may be a demon's horn. The source of his powers. It glows when he casts magic. I've seen it with my own eyes. I would see that it is destroyed with my own eyes as well.
Reasonable. It kind of does rule out negotiations if it's an item that that person is attached to.
Well, you're not being sent out there to negotiate.
It kind of just give Nevermore a look as he's like bringing up negotiations. Like,
so the clanking and crunching has already begun. He's like, yes, brilliant. Off you go. He wants this done now. And you sort of want it done now as well, because...
Who's Kenna to you?
Kenna? My niece.
Ah, wonderful, that's all, thank you. And then I'm just going to walk off.
He said, yes, she is the girl has the potential to be embarrassing, but unfortunately I do love her as my niece.
My uncle never loved me.
And Crane actually pauses for a moment and looks at you, Jude, and says,
let's go.
I'm deeply sorry for you there.
Why?
Well, because one should care for one's family. And he says, anyway, and then he opens the door and ushers you out.
Oh.
You don't have to like them, you just... Yeah, you see him, he bustles on over to Alexander. Alexander says, certainly, Magistrate. And heads off towards the stockade. Comes back in less than 3 minutes with Kesh, and he hands her the short sword that you never got off her. He's like,
yes.
Sorry, we had to take that off you. You understand the rules. And she says, no, that's all right. Thanks, Alexander. And you get the impression that she and he have been chatting while she's been in prison.
Oh.
Like he probably stood a shift of watch while he outside her cell, and they were chatting.
The plot thickens.
Sure. She goes, so what's the deal now? I hear something about a dragon.
Are you in love?
And she goes,
Oh God, Jude,
oh,
you can't just ask people if they're in love.
No, he's fun. His little girl popped by the stockade last night while he was on duty, which is super cute. And she's still in that fluffy stage, you know, where they don't have feathers. They've got
the down.
Oh! And I punched her cheeks, and she was so cute. Yeah. Anyway, so dragons.
Before we head off, is there a shop in this town where someone might buy some arrows?
Alexander says, no need, and pulls the quiver off his back and says, I can do you 20 for free. You're doing the job.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you very much, Alexander.
He says, yeah, any that you got left when you come back, no worries, bring them back. But yeah.
Is there a store here that sells diamonds?
He goes, no need.
Damn it.
He actually is like, no need, sir. And then goes to pull out something and said, no, darn it. I'm fresh out.
Fresh out of diamonds.
You could probably find some at the
I don't actually
good
need
store
diamonds.
if you need one. If not, then he could put in an order for you.
It's fine, Alex. Thank you.
He says, best of luck. Sorry, Jude.
As a side note, if Nevermore looks in his bag, he will find a few muffins.
Left it in here. Oh God.
My candles are covered in muffin wax.
Start prestidigitating it. Ugh.
Now they're scented candles.
Yeah.
Dude
Yeah.
doesn't have a bag, so
Yeah.
Muffins for candles. Good trade. Agreed.
Firewing.
Ah.
Who's Firewing Mamba? I like that name. That's good.
Hmm.
I want to see a Firewing Mamba. Okay. So you head out into the swamp. Alexander, who appears to be in on what you're doing, but he's probably the only person in the village that is, says, so you're going to want to head out southeast. And he basically describes a couple of good reference points, and then to head at a cardinal direction from. And he says you'll find it probably fairly easily.
Perfect.
Like
For
that hut.
speed of travel, can I get either a survival check or an arcana check from one person?
dude.
Is
I don't-
Jude good at either of those things?
I'm happy to
That's
step
fine.
up with Arcana.
Yeah, I've got
I gotta-
a 2 in survival, and
Or-
that's it. So.
I got a plus
Win
6.
survival.
Or
Oh.
if we do one, we can't do the other one.
Yes, and I would stress
Oh.
it would probably be this area is the foulest stretch of muck and 8, not so great. It's a pity it wasn't. particularly
I
hard.
rolled a 2 on a 20-sided dice, so
Oh.
Yeah.
that's an 8 on
That
Arcana.
happens 1 out of every 10 times. It's not that unlikely.
Mm.
Okay. Nevermore has been trying to divine the best place for magic. He's trying to use his magical senses to zero in on this sorcerer. Unfortunately, Nevermore's magical senses don't appear to be attuned to the kind of magic this sorcerer would be using, and he sort of leads you. It might not helped at all by the fact that Nevermore doesn't like getting his claws wet. And this is definitely one of the nastier bogs any of you have ever been through. Kesh even says, like, I've done a few bogs in my time, but this is gross.
It is 100% this way. I'm certain of it. This way.
So after about 3 hours of trudging
I've
through
gone the
muck,
wrong way.
you do eventually come across a small hut. You
Told you.
at last find yourselves on a thin patch of dry land. There are a few gnarled trees, more moss than leaves, flanking the little rustic hut. From the porch roof hangs dozens of bundles containing flowers and herbs and some desiccated lizards. Smoke gently rises from a cobblestone chimney, and a strange yet delicious smell fills the air. Through a window, you can see a tall, golden robed figure, as in they are golden, the robes are not, the robes are green, shuffling quietly and quickly around a kitchen, adding ingredients to a cauldron that is shaped like a giant snail shell. Along the top of his head are small horns that grow larger the further back they go. He has green eyes with spiked eyebrow ridges, and looks as though he has seen a few things, seen better days. There
Seen
is
some
even a
shit.
couple of seen some scars on his face. There is also a rather large beetle, as in about the size of a hand, skittering around, hopping around at its master's heels. And you do catch a glimpse of him leaning over to pat the beetle affectionately. And it chitters in a way that is almost sweet. It's still a bug. It's a giant stag beetle, but it's kind of sweet. So you are probably 50 feet out. You can see quite clearly, but you probably have, given the nature of the swamp, it's relatively easy to approach unnoticed.
I still want to talk to them.
Me too.
Jude goes and walks to the door.
Are you going quietly or loudly?
Medium.
Are you stealthing or
follow.
not, is the question.
Oh, no.
Okay. In which case, you walk up to the door. Does everybody walk up together? Kesh goes, wait, so what? Hang on.
Jude's
We've-
plan again.
We're going to murder him, right? That's the idea. As you sort of walk up, and you see the dragon head sort of turn and look at you. The eyes squint, and then one side of the mouth sort of perks into a semi-smile as he sees the little Jerbeen walk up to his front door.
I'm right behind.
And knock.
I have mage armor on, and I am 30 feet away.
Sure.
I'm gonna stealth over to the window and try and eavesdrop on whatever's gonna happen next without being seen.
Okay, stealth check. Cash goes, can I get a confab on that? Like,
Just
what's
wing
the
it.
deal?
Wing
Are we
it.
murdering? Not
Wing it.
murdering? Stealth, yeah, not so great. Yeah. It's probably because he definitely saw you all together, and then you started sneaking off, and he was like, look, all right, yeah, I know that one's coming. Helvig and Jude knock on the door opens, and you are greeted by this 6'5" dragon.
Hi.
In green robes, and he leans down and looks at Jude, takes a sniff, and then says, hello.
Hi.
What is your name, my little friends?
Dude, Littlefoot. Nice to meet you.
I am Burzon. Greetings. Welcome to my home. And you, good sir?
My name is Helvig Dewpoint.
A pleasure. He offers a hand. It's a claw that could easily encompass Jude's head, out to Jude to shake. And he says, pleasure to meet you, sir. And you, sir. What can I do for you this fine day?
What are you cooking? It smells so good.
I am preparing a ritual.
What the ritual?
A small summoning spell.
What are you summoning?
Hopefully answers.
What answers?
Shit.
I performed a divination last night. I received an unpleasant visit, and I'm hoping to this ritual will cast a little light on exactly what it meant.
Ooh.
You
had a
there,
bad
sir.
dream too?
He looks over at Nevermore and he says, there's no need for the armor. I have no wish to hurt you, so unless you wish me harm, come in, please. I get a few visitors.
Look. Oh, shit.
I
Look.
don't yet.
Dude,
Believe him.
The
Oh,
inside...
so you go.
all right. I'm gonna take it one at a time.
Go for it.
Jude, the inside is rustic but pleasantly decorated. This place looks like it went from built to abandoned to repaired to now quite homely. But it's definitely the repairs were definitely done by somebody who had an enthusiastic but amateur approach to it. The furnishings are, rustic bordering on ramshackle.
I climb up on the table so that I'm eye height with the dragon man.
Sure. Helvig, you wanted to determine whether or not he actually means you any harm?
Yep.
Insight, please.
At disadvantage, for I am tired.
That is
Natural 1.
I don't know. What do you think? Like, what is Helvig's instincts telling him that this guy is a good guy or not?
Yes.
I think
he thinks he's a good guy.
Okay, then you get you are not certain. You have actually sort of uncertained yourself.
Okay.
You are more wary. Nevermore, how do you respond to the...
I will move forward to within 10 feet of the door. And as I'm approaching, I will say, well, look, here's the thing. We have been tasked by the townsfolk of Winnowing Reach to deal with an evil sorcerer.
Ah,
You know an evil sorcerer by chance? Because
haven't met one in a long time.
here's the thing. Perception checks. I'm looking at him now that I'm closer. I'm
Sure.
looking for that thing, that sign, the horn thing.
He definitely has it. It's around his neck. You don't even need to perceive it. It is very obvious. He has a string of beads. They appear to be individually made and possibly even handmade by him. They are like, one is a pearl, one is a rough-hewn nugget of gold, but just as often there are like river rocks and wooden beads. Each one is even the knuckle bone of you would guess, some sort of bovine creature.
So, here's the thing. We've been asked to dispatch of you. Now, don't stress.
Me particularly.
Well, here's the thing. We have been tasked with... Oh, God. Somebody take over, please!
We've been
perhaps,
tasked to
he
kill
turns
you.
to Jude, who has appeared to have gone to an effort to be eye to eye, and he says, perhaps you could shed some light on this? Cash pipes up and says, actually, at this point, yeah, I thought we were killing him. And then he turns and says, "Oh," and she says, "Look, I don't want to. If that's not what we're doing, I'm up for that. I was let out of prison for, I believe, exactly this.
I don't want
and
to
I'm
kill
cool
him.
with it not being this. Evil sorcerer and all that. You seem like a nice dude, but Burzon goes, yes. Well, let us see, shall we? My friend Jude, what's the dealio?"
You seem really cool.
That's very kind of you to say.
I think we should sit down and have tea and talk about, like, potentially a solution rather than death.
Like
Very
that, too.
well. Perhaps your other friend would like to come in, or she can stay outside the window.
Oh, hello.
You're welcome to do either.
Well, I might as well come in, huh? I go inside. Could I do an insight check as to whether I think this guy is legit?
Sure. As in, what he is saying is accurate to, as far as he's concerned. You go for it.
As to whether he's evil.
Sure. You're trying to determine evil.
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. It's really, you don't get an evil vibe off it. It's hard to say. He is quite clearly an enormous predator.
Some of my best friends are enormous predators.
But this is the thing. He is definitely. He also definitely has the vibe of a guy who has seen. You would think wars. Now that you are inside, you notice in the back corner there is a full suit of plate mail on an armor stand that was obviously custom made specifically for this dude. It has a bluish sheen to it. It's a gorgeous set of armor. And next to it is a massive great axe. He is, however, in relatively simple robes, and he has a little necklace. What you were told was a horn. You definitely recognize the thing that the magistrate was talking about. It's actually a shell. Now that you're close to it, like, you imagine the magistrate could easily have made the mistake, but from a distance.
Look, you're kind of talkative for somebody who's evil.
Haven't you? You must be new to the whole adventuring thing.
Yes.
The last time I met an evil sorcerer, the guy wouldn't stop running his mouth. They do love to monologue. Yes, you.
Oh.
Can I try something, please?
Just not the soup.
No, it's okay. Come here. Come closer.
He does.
Jude puts the two tiny little paws on either side of his face. Just, like, relax. And I want to use divine sense.
Yeah.
To see what this dude's about.
Yeah.
Don't know.
He does the same back to you. He puts two of his fingers gently on the side of your head.
We connect.
You do. He casts Divine Sense as well. You get a ping off him. This guy is, I mean, it's more for, as I understand, from memory, it's more for consecrated places. This place is consecrated. You are in what functionally is a temple.
Ooh.
But, and this is an interesting thing that only Jude would know, this is not a temple to any god you've ever heard of.
Okay.
But
he doesn't smell like evil?
You do not get an evil vibe off him at all.
Wonderful.
And he says, well, now you and I both know.
Guys, he's not evil. He's actually divine. Like a worshipper of is a god or something. Like a very holy man.
I am a paladin of Tempus.
Why would the leader of Winnowing Reach think that you're evil then?
Because he's like a
Probably the
tall
dragon thing.
People can be misleading. People think that I am very small and not very brave and not very mighty. But then they get to know me.
Then they do, I am certain. You are a paladin. My friend here, Jude, is a paladin as well. I am a paladin of Tempus. I should explain, my friends. I am a dragonborn from a faraway land. I made an error, or rather, an associate of mine made an error in the casting of one of their spells, and I became displaced. I am seeking a way home in peace. I have harmed no one. No, I believe the term is humble folk or bird folk. I believe I encountered your magistrate on an early expedition to explore my surroundings. I've been here for perhaps a month. And I thought I was getting a little lonely. I have Normal here, of course. Normal is the beetle and Normal sort of chirps at him, and he strokes Normal's carapace, and Normal sort of chitters in pleasure. And he says, but sometimes Normal is not an overly conversational person. So I was getting a little lonely. I thought I might do a bit of exploring, and I happened upon, I believe the name is Winnowing Reach. But I in caution, I approached somewhat stealthily, and I thought, I was fired upon by a couple of members of the guard. I have a breath, I can breathe flames, and I used that to deter them from following me as I made my retreat. I'm not wanting to hurt anybody. I can understand if you are both of these people were, much like yourself, and he gestures to Helvig. Where I am in the world I am from, I've never seen anything like any of you. Humanoid bird, humanoid mouse. If you, I don't want to offend if this isn't the correct terms. I don't know very much of your people, but both were hedgehog people like yourself, sir. I could understand why anybody who traces their lineage back to a hedgehog, that seeing a dragonborn such as myself breathe flame at them would unnerve them.
It would unnerve anyone.
Completely understandable. I don't want to hurt anybody, and as soon as I complete my research, I shall leave this world.
Well, if you just want to leave, and the magistrate just wants you to leave, I don't see why you two have to be in conflict. And all he asked for was proof that we'd gotten rid of you, which would be that amulet. If we give him the amulet, he'll believe that you are no longer a problem. And
This
if you're
old
telling
thing.
the truth, yes.
This is my old ocarina. He places
What
it to
now?
his lips, and comes a few notes of music, and it's actually it's not an unpleasant noise, and he goes, I used to study music at back in my home world. Takes me back. And you see this wistful look in his eye as he genuinely really misses home. And he says, I understand, Ed. I appreciate what you're saying. I
almost don't want to take it.
I'm rather fond of it, I'm afraid.
This guy's so nice. Why are you so nice for? It would have been easier if you're an asshole. And you're nice. You're a nice person. Damn it.
It is always the way, isn't it? It's convenient if they're unpleasant. Look, you would be doing me a great favor. I have reached a critical juncture in my research. As my friend Jude here will know. By the way, your names. I have Jude and Master Helvig here, but I didn't and obviously it's completely fine. You don't want to tell me, but if you wouldn't mind.
You don't know who you're talking to. Of course I want to tell you. My name is Nevermore, son of Lazarus. You probably haven't heard of Lazarus, to be honest.
I believe, just from the way that you said it, however, that is somebody that I should be impressed to have heard of. And
if you lived here, you would 100% know exactly who Lazarus is.
And then in lieu of a genuine reaction, I shall feign it. Lazarus.
You've heard of him. Good, thank you.
It is an honor.
How hard is that, everybody? I'll just turn everybody. Why is it such a difficult... Thank you.
My name is Trish Caper, and my family are equally famous.
Amazing. A genuine pleasure, Trish.
They are?
Huh. Yes.
Can I play your ocarina?
He says, he actually takes off the beads and he says, you may. I am
guessing it's big.
As my friend Jude here would know, my magical ability is not insignificant, but tends towards a more divine bent. The spells required to get me home are somewhat beyond my capacity. However, I am learning it. And to do that, I have cast a ritual or two, ones that I am familiar with, summoning.
Is there any way we can help at all?
Well, this is it. As you arrived, actually, and he gestures to his enormous cauldron. I was casting a ritual, but my divination last night was unsettling, and I awakened the whole business, the magical field in the hut was put off by it, as it were. And it has soured a couple of the ingredients in the pot. If you would go and acquire me replacement ingredients, I cannot, of course. I unfortunately can't go myself because I have to mind the pot. It requires stabilization, and seeing as I'm the one who is casting the ritual, I have to be the one that maintains the ritual while it's being cast, as I'm sure you understand, Nevermore. Mm-hmm. I can tell from your demeanor you are of a wizardly bent yourself, sir. So if you would do me the mild favor of going and getting me these things, then I believe I would trade my ocarina for those ingredients, and hopefully that would assist in my returning, and therefore then I won't be bothering the magistrate any further.
You would also need to move a little bit further away from the town, but maybe you can come with us to Alderin.
I think he's saying he'll be gone as soon as we've done this.
That is the intention.
Yeah.
No more than a week, I wouldn't have thought, but if this is successful, then probably quite a bit less than that.
Right.
That sounds good to me, honestly.
We don't have to fight any dragons, do we?
Aside from myself, no. No. How are you for frogs?
They're fine.
I seem to have forgotten mine. I like
And-
this man. I like him.
He seems, possibly because he's extremely lonely, genuinely to find your presence delightful. He says, so I require only a few ingredients. If you head back down the path that you came down, you will find yourself in a charming little bog, absolutely filled with frogs. I need
We've been
3.
that way.
Or more specifically, their spleens, but I can do the removing myself if you need. A bulrush root is another vital ingredient. The shed tail of a swamp lizard.
Oh, God.
Not overly difficult to acquire, but it has to be, the lizard itself must be alive, so it needs to shed it itself. Simply grab it by the tail, and the lizard will shed it. That's just the way they do things. And this one is also, should be easy. A scale or feather, but covered in the muck of the same pond that the frogs come from. So once you have the frogs, get a feather or a scale. In fact, you can have one of mine. And he pings off one of his golden scales. And he says, there you are. That would actually be the most efficacious. Use that one. Yes, just dip it in the slime and bring it back. That should be all of it. And then you can have the amulet and my thanks.
What was that other?
Yeah, what was the second one? There was the 3 frog spleens.
A bulrush root.
Thank you.
The root of a bulrush. It's a tall plant, about 3-4 feet tall, with got a fairly thick top on it, which is actually a seed case, roughly cylindrical, like a rolling pin, actually.
I feel like we'll be able to do that for you in a week's time.
Well, very well. I'll just stay here minding the pot for a week then.
Wonderful.
Please don't tell the magistrate that you haven't killed me.
I promise you, we'll be back same time next week.
Cool.
We'll do it.
Say hi to Gerald if you see him.
Beg your pardon?
Gerald, just a fellow swamp dweller.
All right.
Oh. Okay, sure.
Would you like a muffin?
I would love a muffin.
Nevermore. Can you pass me your bag?
Why? Pass the bag over.
Would you like a blueberry one or an orange and
What the hell? When did you get those in there?
Any with cheese?
Yes, I have some savory ones. I tucked them lower.
Oh, God. Oh, didn't get over the scrolls, did you?
This one?
Marvelous. Thank you. Very kind. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Nevermore. Here's your bag.
Snatch it back out of your hands, you little shit. Put it back.
Cool. Yeah. So, oh, he says, would you mind, Jude, if I have that back for a while?
Okay.
And he puts it back on.
That was adorable.
Cool. You go and get the things, presumably.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we'll go and do, but like...
This is, functionally, this is just a bunch of skill checks.
Sweet.
But I'd like to roleplay it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I do
acquiring... Sorry, yeah?
I do let the party leave first, and I'll try and stay behind.
Oh, sure.
Is it possible to ask what your dream last night was about?
I will, I'd just like to see if the party notices or, like, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Pretty self-absorbed, and Helvig's usually at the back of the party anyway.
That's true. Cool. Helvig, so can I get the question again?
Is it possible to ask what your dream was last night?
Oh, yes. I saw a great blaze consuming wood near an element. I got the impression that the area had been burned long before, but it still burns today. There were figures too. A large, lumbering, burning serpent-like thing, and then something else, shadowed and distant, watching from afar. I could not make it out through the. It did seem to glow though. Yeah, but there you are. That's lizard spleens for you. Their tea gives very cryptic visions. Shame I don't have any moonfish. They always get very clear visions from moonfish. Or was it starfish? Yes, well, that's, I believe, what it was. I heard a voice as well, but I couldn't make out any words. But it was sort of, I definitely heard a voice. It was you get strange things. These visions, you get the impression of a thing without actually, pardon me, knowing how you know the thing. Why? Can I? Are you trying to deceive him, or like, because he's going to roll an insight. He's actually curious as to why you're asking.
Yes, I'd actually try and keep it on the.
Try and deceive it. But can I get a deception roll then, please?
Oh!
On a day when you are not feeling so great, a 19 is a pretty good disadvantage roll. He goes, why do you ask?
Dreams in this world apparently mean stuff. So I thought maybe because, you had a dream and you're not from here, it would be different.
He says, oh, well, I'm afraid I don't think I can tell you anything more except there were fireflies.
Was this figure far away? This second shadowy figure?
Yes, and very distant, and the whole thing was rather dark. It was quite unsettling.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, so that, boys and girls, is Unk's Corpse NPC.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I'm glad
have
we
to
did
kill
not
him.
murder him.
As
Yeah.
soon as I saw Burzan, as soon as you said Burzan, I was like, that's right. I've heard that name
Dude.
before. That was,
I know
that was
this name.
Scorps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell you because I was like, no, maybe they'll kill him.
Yeah.
I didn't want, like, because as soon as if you'd known that, then you would have definitely probably not killed him. But I wanted there to be a thing. Yeah, really great. So I hope we had fun with that, ladies and gents in chat. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd like to thank the Deck of Many for sponsoring the channel and their great work with writing the source book. So in the original, in the source book, Burzan is not Burzan. This is actually Susan of the Swamp.
Susan of the Swamp.
Yeah. Susan is, and I enjoy this, a hedge witch. Who lives in a very hedge witch style. Unk, you're very welcome. That was fun. I was like, I would go about halfway through writing the session and was like, oh yeah, that's good work. Let's do that. That's great. That's much better. Really worked quite well. Burzan's fun. Unk gave me quite a lot of detail about Burzan as well. So like a lot of this is true. This is Unk's character from a different campaign that he plays.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's basically a direct port. He is a vengeance paladin of Tempestus.
Yay!
Yeah, fighting him would have been rough.
Yeah, I kind of backed off significantly once you said
you
full
see the
plate.
armor.
I was
He's
like,
not wearing the armor, but still. So yeah, that's fun. I'd like to thank producer Veg for his great work behind the scenes. Again, he always does amazing work. Now, as we usually do, because we really like it, can I get a favorite bit from each of the people? And I'm going to do one too. So I'm going to start in the middle. We're going to go with Nevermore. Mitch, what was your favorite bit?
oh, scheisse. God, this has put me on the spot. Honestly, I liked the interaction at the end there with Burzan. particularly just his nature in terms of humoring Nevermore. And I feel like Nevermore has been humored all of his life. And finally somebody was humoring him again. And so I really appreciated that interaction with Berzan. And that's just fresh in my mind right now.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't want to cause him to slide backwards, because actually, I think my favorite thing about Nevermore this session is that we've seen definite growth. Like he's definitely
plus
grown there.
blasting everybody as well for bullying. So
Yeah, yeah, that's the only incident that I was actually referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Then we'll go to Dan. I think. What was your favorite bit, Dan?
No.
And chat, tell us what your favorite bits are as well. I want to know what chat enjoyed.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite bit was going through a nightmare. That's great. Just sucker punched me. I was like 6. Oh no. Okay,
Oh,
here
dear.
we go.
If it helps at all, you would have had the nightmare one way or the other. It just the wisdom save was really just to tell how badly it affected you.
Yes, it affected me quite a lot.
Yeah, I had lots of fun writing that. Cool. Let's ask Rachel. Rachel, what's your favorite bit?
I was honestly also going to say the dream, both the description of it, which was horrifying, just absolute nightmare fuel, and also Helvig's reaction to it, just like I was sucked right in. It was traumatizing and great.
Yeah. Sleepy hedge boy. And AJ, favorite bit?
I really liked the team up of Trish and Kesh, the double teaming map hatches. And I also loved the group shenanigans, like messing with the magistrate.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We have Firewing Mamba saying it's an amazing campaign and party. Some of the best fun I've had watching D&D. Aww. Bridge 184 says, I actually just kind of love Kesh just walking up at the end saying, so we're not murdering him then? Like, I'm okay if we are, but like, that's,
Wait, we're not?
either way is fine.
Just give me some guidance, please.
It's like, no one's, can I get a confirm or deny on this one? Yeah. My favorite bit. I've actually written down 3 quotes that I really loved, all 3. You want the muffin? To Kenna when she first gets there, and then second later to Berzan. Then I loved Helvig at the very end. Dreams apparently are important in this world. Maybe, I don't know. And then another dude one actually. And then we commit more murder together. Maybe after that, you see. I enjoyed that a lot. I really liked how everybody is pulled together around Kesh. Like, we went from Trish being the only one who's like, no, this is my mate, to no. I really enjoyed, actually, and it was unfair of me to say that Nevermore didn't have 1 point of growth. He had 2. Because the other one was very much getting out from what his dad would think and actually saying, no, I'm going to judge her on her actions.
Independent thinking. Woo!
That was really powerful. But you also brought up a Rule 70.
Yes, correct.
So
bad dreams usually
you're
mean
finding
something.
that balance between what his dad would do and what he thinks is right. And it's really lovely to see him grow for that. I really enjoy that.
That's good.
That was fun. Helvig's watching Dan. This is the sort of thing where you actually have to watch. The being able to see the people is a whole other level, because Dan plays Helvig. It's not just verbal. It's very much, you see it in his face as well. And I really enjoy seeing like that whole, for me, the most fun I had out of the dream sequence was definitely watching Dan struggle to deal with, or watching Helvig struggle to deal with. He's like, oh dear God, this is literally my worst nightmare. Yeah, that was really, really lovely. I adore this group because you all know how to, when it's your turn, you're very good at. This is a Helvig bit of the story. This is a Trish bit of the story. You share the spotlight really well. I think, yeah, you guys are a phenomenal group, and I really love that we get to do this. So yeah, and we have any more? We have a new follower. Somebody else has joined the guild hall. Welcome, Sivenx. I'm sorry. That's hard.
Sivik NZ.
There you are. Oh, Sivik NZ.
Oh, I have another one.
Oh yeah.
Your intro with the puppet.
Oh God.
Oh yes.
Oh, I should have seen it
forgot that
coming.
was a
Should we
thing.
clip it?
Oh.
We need to clip that because I want to let the people watching know you did not warn us about that.
No.
You just go to like, oh, you're live now, and this puppet shows up out of nowhere.
G'day guys, I'm Bruce.
It was clipped. I'm pretty certain it was clipped.
Apparently, it's already been clipped.
Nice.
Yeah,
Score.
we would. Yeah. No, I'm from Josh's Puppet Show, and in fact, now is a good time. Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, for clarity, I'm the inspiration behind Josh's last roll for damage character, Valor Stay. I'm the voice. That's where it came from. This is where it's the fault of. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get everybody to do their sign-offs now. We'll start with Jude. We'll start with AJ.
Hello. Hi, I'm AJ. You can find me on Instagram where I keep you up to date with all the creative stuff that I'm doing. I am in this campaign on Monday nights, and on Wednesday nights I am in Cerberus Ascending, same channel, Roll for Damage. And I have
Great.
yes, and I have some exciting stuff coming up as well that I think I'll be able to talk about next week or soonish. So stay tuned on my Instagram for that.
Fuck yeah. All right. Good job. Nice, AJ. So next, we're gonna have Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, also a D-Rep in chat or on Roll for Damage Discord. Come check all of these guys out. I personally am not that big on social media because most of the stuff I do is the meat space stuff. So, but I love you all. Love you back. And please give me your energy for Helvig trauma.
Oh, the trauma. It's only going to get worse from here. All right, next is Big Viking Mitch.
Yes, tonight I was playing Nevermore, but during the week I'm Big Viking Mitch, or just Mitch generally. And you can find me on Twitter. You'll see the link just popped up there. And love for you to come by. I share some tasty memes sometimes, and absolutely loving this campaign and the people that I'm playing with. So thank you.
Yeah, bloody good. Bloody oath.
Yeah, she's fucking right, yeah.
Tooth and crikey, mate.
Job's done.
Yeah, mate,
All right,
yeah.
next is Rachel.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, it's frozen. It's frozen, isn't it? I can't get through.
No, you can
one
hear-
thing
we
without
We can
saying-
hear you. We can hear you though.
It did pause
Well,
beautifully
it's
on me.
okay. Good. Fine. Perfect. Good. Let's get this out before my computer dies. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar, and I have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult. It's about a supernatural investigator who's really, really bad at her job, and you should listen to it. It's fun. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.
Woo! Yeah, it's bloody good. All right, well, yeah, this guy here is Josh the Pirate, and you can find him on Roll for Damage on Friday. Well, actually, no, it's going to be on Game On Australia and Roll for Damage on Friday, playing an Eberron game with our lovely producer Veg as the DM. And we're going to have the Dead Aussie Gamer and Shro Grill and the dreaded GM, who just raised like, what was it, $6.5 grand for the Starlight Children's Foundation on the weekend. Fucking legend. Bloody right. And yeah, Eberron. Exactly right, Unc. Yeah. And if you like the vocal stylings of him, you can come and see Paparotica in Fringe. We will be coming back. We're also going to be going down to Bustleton. Fuck yeah. To do a show down in Bustleton Fringe, because it's bloody good. Who loves a free holiday? I do. And you can also hear me on There Be Dragons, the podcast where he plays the amazing Skin Felspar, very dangerous pirate there. Episode 19 is going to be dropping soon. So yeah, stick around for more great D&D later in the week. And yeah, we will see you next Monday. So now we're going to a few more things. Don't forget, guys, you can follow and subscribe, and you can check us out on YouTube. And yeah, let's invite everyone. Sorry. Oh yeah, and now we turn over to Veg for a raid.
Flat out Veggie Power raid. Loved it tonight, guys. It's good to see some slime murder. Always up for some slime murder, aren't you, Helvig?
Yeah. Can I get a favorite moment, Veg?
Oh gosh, why you do this to me? I'm right up there with the muffins. I love the muffin. I think the shirt facing Kesh was kind of cool as well. Just like straight, no bullshit, just walking straight up. I fucking love it. But that's not why I'm here. I am here for that. I am here for all this. But I am here to give you guys over to a fantastic raid, and I have just found another D&D crew who are currently on. They look like they could use some big old love from us. So we're going to go on a raid, the Legendary Tales. We're playing a campaign called Still Horizons. By the looks of it, using some kind of a system. I'm not too sure. But we're going to go there, and we're going to give them a big old raid. So you guys get your favorite raid emotes ready. Either your raid for damage emotes, or your favorite raid emote that you could possibly use. Want to go raid them, and slam in there with a bunch of viewers, show them the love, and tell them all about our game and ask them all about theirs. Yes, spam the soft gap.
Spam the soft gap. We need a soft gap raid emote.
I'm on it. You know what?
Good,
I'll do it.
Good. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. So let's go on raid. Legendary Tales was Still Horizon, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.
Yeah.
Wednesday for Cerberus Ascending.
Pew pew pew.
Say bye, guys.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks
Much
so
love.
much, guys. Bye.